HashTag.show.co.uk. Episode 106. 106 with these two old dicks. It's GK, Mal, and DJ Gibbo are here to talk you through your pains and fears. It's the hashtag show. We're back again. What will we talk about this week? Dee. Now, if you're easily offended by things we do or say, this ain't the show for you, my boy. Because no, I've lost it. I was
going to get to fuck on your way.
If you're easily offended, this ain't the show for you. May I suggest the iPlayer or possibly Radio 2? But if you've hung around this long and listened to a farce, then take a seat and crack on, cunt. No, I've lost it. Because
we'll fuck you up the arse.
It's gone. Hashtag show.
What episode are we?
106, mate. 106.
Free for everyone to enjoy. Every one of our beautiful listeners across the world.
Free from desire. My mind turns to whatever it does. And 100, mate, 100. Let's just think about it.
Welcome to the club.
106 episodes. Huh?
106. It was probably more like 115, 117 maybe. If you add all the extras and the lives. That's the big thing for me. In my head, that doesn't sit right. I would love everything to be numbered.
I know, mate. You always say that. Right, so we're on 106, right? That must
this Orange Club biscuit is lovely.
106 episodes, right? Say the average is
2 hours.
Right about 24. Mate, we're almost at rough here, fag paper maths, right?
That's the best maths, by the way. That's a math that counts.
If you were to start listening to episode 1 of the hashtag show and you went right through to episode 106, that would be nearly 9 days solid listening.
In about 3 months, try to find episodes 10 to 15.
I've got to sneeze, man.
How long?
Mate, 9 days. Just over 9 days. Oh, my God.
That's a good... Well, you're going to hit Christmas holidays. That's a good way to spend it, drunk, listening to the show.
Exactly. How long do you think it take before either you go mad or you go on a killing spree?
Well, I think... No, what's mad about it? Obviously, we do this show and we enjoy it, even for selfish reasons, just for us having a laugh.
Yep.
And like I've said before, you kind of forget that there's other people enjoying the show and having a laugh along with you. And I think I told you, I met a guy.
Oh, aye.
And
Mate, I'm glad you finally able to talk about this.
It was a straight relationship, you know what I mean? And,
positive to positive, mate.
Aye, man, we were both his wives, kids and that, we'd go to a time in our life, looking for some companionship, more than just, the grind. No, but I met this guy and he went, all right, Mal, started talking to us.
You're like, where do you want me to sign, mucker?
Aye, and it was, I could hardly hear him. I was in the toilet and he just stuck his wee willy through the hole in the wall. And I went, I should make it anonymous. How do you know it's me, you fucking cheeky rascal?
Mate, anybody would know that laugh. That laugh of yours is
I wasn't
iconic.
laughing. I had my mouth full.
I think we can still pick your laugh out of crowd.
But so he started talking to us, and I was just like how you doing, mate? And then he said, I'm sorry, I feel as if I know you because I listened to you and Scott on the show. He says, my wife fucking slags me thinking like I'm best mates with you two.
Hey.
And I was like, stay away from my binge, you prick.
Well, listen, there's a chance you could become friends if you're a hero. You know what I mean? If you're a scumbag council listener, you've not got hope. You've not got hope in hell at ever getting close to the inner sanctum that is the hashtag show.
I take, when I deal with, council listeners, I actually deal with them like the way you dealt with me when I first met you, when you were like coming off the stage. That gave me a horn. I know bad, mate. Aye, all the best. See you after.
Shut the fuck up.
I was like, all right, big man, I'm going to just finish my shite then. See you. You're really good with your fans.
Mate, we love our fans.
We do.
As long as they're heroes.
No, I like everybody who listens, spends the time and listens to our show, because everybody is responsible for making it. And let's be honest, the fucking success that it is, and it's a growing success. Even our fucking council listeners. But listen, Christmas is coming up, and now's the time. There's no excuses. A wee Christmas present to yourself and to Scott Gibson and to Mallorca Lee. Subscribe, become a Patreon, and help us smash that target for New Year's. We're not going to say what the target is, but Scott and I have got a target in our head. Actually, it's on a Patreon account. We would love to hit it.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Anyway, let's not make this show about.
No, let's not make this show. It's Christmas time.
Aye, it's Christmas time. Here.
Give us your fucking money.
Do you feel Christmassy yet?
Not at all, no.
Neither.
Well,
neither. Nor I.
I go to my daughter's kind of doing her room up. She's got mad wee lights and all that kind of stuff. And I went into her room and she asked me, are you excited about Christmas? I mean, she's, what age is she? She's 14. She's a lot for her job. She's about 42. She's 14.
She's putting wee fairy lights up there. No, she's 29.
Her room looks like a fucking brothel, but I don't know what's going on in there.
How do you know what that looks like, Dad?
How
do you think you were conceived?
Hey, get that red light away from the fucking light. What do you think we're running here? What does that mean? Shut it. So she went like that to me, are you excited for Christmas? And I went, no. And then I walked out of her room and then I felt horrible because I seen in her wee face the excitement, and I walked back and I went, you know what? I'm excited for you. And then as soon as I said that...
She would have known that that's bullshit.
No, but as soon as I tried to make up, I was backpedaling, but I said, I'm excited for you. I just don't get excited about it. And then I can actually step back and had a look at her wee room with all the lights, and I actually got a wee Christmas buzz for her. Right. And then I said, listen, I'm sorry. I'm just a twisted, sad old man, bitter. You still got youth on your side. Enjoy that youth. Farewell, maiden. And I walked out of the room. No, but I got a wee Christmas buzz.
Have you watched any Christmas films or anything?
No.
See, that might get you in the spirit.
That might G you up. Aye,
totally, mate. The thing is, like, see the other day, it was kind of, what day? Maybe Thursday. Last week, it was freezing, like, bitter cold, mate. Freeze the balls off an Eskimo, bitter cold. And I was like, right, starting to feel like winter now. And then the next day it was fucking scorching sunshine. I'm going, that's why I always think about people in Australia. How do Australians get in the Christmas vibe when they're barbecuing in 60-degree heat?
It is the maddest thing I've ever been on Australian Christmas time. I'm talking baking heat. That's peak summer
I don't understand it, man.
They've got Santa hats on. The display shop windows are like fake snows and snow and Santa, snowmen. It's the maddest fucking shit you'll see. And then Christmas Day, they get steaming down the beach with barbecues.
Aye. And you know that the thing that's always, the thing that I've never understood about the Aboriginal people, is the Australians have like snow and Christmas, like you're saying, Christmas stuff that we associate with Christmas, but that's because we have snow. So why do they adopt it?
Because they're, a lot of them are, for the UK, they're criminals for the UK. Let's not fuck about rapists and fucking criminals. And, in between doing hard labour, they wanted to celebrate.
Imagine getting like lifted for Stevenson, right, for like stabbing the post office or robbing the corner shop.
Start at Australia, man.
Right, and then before you know it, you're on a boat, and then you're in Australia, and you're like, here, I should have stabbed a cunt years ago, man. This is brilliant.
£10 palm.
The birds are dynamite. The weather's amazing. The size of this shrimp, man.
All you do is burn down Aboriginal huts and that and kill off your folk, man. It's mental.
What if we got to do pure hard labour? Like, right, listen, see anybody that looks as if they're no white, you need to chop them up and burn their house down. Fucking yes, mate. I'm for the free tunes, man. We were doing that for free.
What, nobody's going to stop us? Nobody's going to get into trouble? I will give you fucking 4 acres of land if you kill 10 Aboriginals. Sign me up, biggin. Sign me up.
We didn't get for 20. A swimming pool. Holy smokes, man.
If you can burn down a village of Aboriginals, we'll build a lodge. Sign me up. Sign me up.
There must be lodges in Australia. There must be. I've
not seen any, to be fair.
There must be, man. We're on the four corners of the globe, mate. We're everywhere. I'll never forget. See when I went to Canada, right? So I went to Canada to do gigs years ago, and it was sold to me as like people.
Canada.
Canada. You wanna go to Canada?
That's what Gary says, Canada. Canada.
Canada. Canada. It's one of the small islands off the coast of Jamaica. Canada.
Canada.
So it'd been sold as like, loads of people had gone the years before, and it's really good to do it and do it. And then it's like anything else. A lot of stuff in Scottish comedy, right? It's just all. It's all bullshit, and people don't want to be honest, and people don't just want to say, "Listen, it's pretty shite," but you get a holiday and you get a day gig, so I'd still have signed up. Do you know what I mean?
Happy days, man.
So I'm not getting paid because I was still very new at that point, right? I wasn't getting paid. I should have been because I was fucking.
Was you getting flights and hotels to do the gig, kind of?
Flights and hotels, and I was getting a bit of money in my pocket. Right? In fact, no, I never get money in my pocket. I get my dinner twice anyway, right? But again, mate, I had only just started out. I hadn't left my job yet. Do you know what I mean? So I was like fucking delighted, couldn't believe it. I'm getting paid to go on a plane. Brilliant, right? Went out. So we're doing one gig in a comedy club, and the rest of them were all Rangers and Celtic clubs, right? So I never knew that until a week before I was going. But I was like, fuck it, I'll go, man. Right, it'll be great. And let me just say this for all the heroes listening and the council listeners: the Celtic clubs were by far the best, like night and day the best, right?
What did you just go in there and go like that? Bobby Sands. Or did you just fucking just go, up there, boys? And then it's just like, he's the best comedian. And you're into the Orange Club. Fuck that Paul. Yes!
I just did my set, my normal set, right? But like
in a Celtic or Rangers strip.
Dressed like a queen, mate. No, so I went in there. The first one, I think the first one was No, the first one was a Rangers club, and basically we went to one of the famous clubs, which is like the number one club, not as in a list, as in its number is number one, right? So it's one. It's the Toronto one, the one in Toronto, right? And it's like a famous Rangers club. And as soon as you go in, they're like, "We've had Graham Souness here, and I'm like, I don't care. I have no interest in it, right? And I found it quite fascinating how they cling on to the little bit of history that they had with Scotland. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's men and women in their 70s.
They're just bigotry. They just fucking amplify it.
But they're just like, they're fucking clinging on to this, like almost as if they don't want to. The thing that because I was trying to talk to one of the guys about it, right? And he's just obviously wasn't having any of the conversation. But I was like, it's interesting that if a group of people from, for example, Mumbai came over, right, and came over to Glasgow and started the fucking number one Mumbai cricket club, right, the Mumbai Dragons. People would be like, yeah, they all just hang. How they no fucking integrate? And all just hanging. I'm going. Here's 100 people in a club who are just refusing to let go. Not refusing to let go, but anyway, it was just odd, right? So we walked in the Rangers club, and it's just, mate, honestly, the whole wall is just covered in murals and pictures of like ex-Rangers players, right? And behind you, so the stage has got the stage looks like a 4-poster bed. It's got the pelmet curtain and the big pullbacks, and then see behind the full length of the stage is a picture of Her Majesty the Queen. Right?
I was just going to say, Queen's got to be in there.
So she's the full backdrop of the stage. So I got sent on first because I was the young guy, and mate, there's the phrase "eat a bag of shit" does not even begin to cover the horrendous set that I had. I mean, I have died.
Just the first gig off the plane, the big excitement and everything.
I literally would have had a better gig if I actually sat with a bag of shit and just ate a bag of human shit in front of them. It was the worst. I tried everything, and I couldn't get a hang of it. Now, they're all in their fucking 80s, right? So after that, I was raging. I was like, how'd you send me up there first? The next guy that was known was singing fucking, is it Mac Miller? Some old Scottish singer or something? Mac Miller? He just
surely if you just started singing fucking the Sash or something, you'd get everybody going.
Mate, that's what the guy did. He told one old joke, like, 2 nuns and a priest walk into a pub, and they're all like, oh, this is brilliant, then. And then he just started singing old songs, and they're pure loving it. And I'm sitting in the back going, what the fuck? So in my head, I'm like, if every gig is like this, then I'm raging. No. Next one was the Celtic gig, which was...
The next one's the Celtic one, you goes, fucking hell, man, I'm not getting there.
Well, the next one was like, it was in the Celtic club, but it was, it just felt like more of a gig back home. Like,
they were more civilised.
Do you know what it was? See, the Rangers club had so many members and had so much money that they were totally fine. Whereas the Celtic club, they were struggling to get the young people in. So at the weekends after the games, they like let people hire the room for functions, so they could try and get some money for the club. So we were in there doing a gig, but it was part of the Celtic anyway. So good gig.
The tables are turned, Gibbo.
Right, but that was just
turned. The Rangers are skint and the Celtic are fucking loaded, man.
But that was just a good gig. That was just like a normal gig. People at tables and young people were there. So, you know, I got a bit of banner. It was fine. So we then did another Celtic club in midweek, which was dead. I loved that. Was my favourite gig. There was only like 40 people in it, and you don't like you. I don't know if you get it in DJing, but sometimes you turn up to a gig and the guy's like, "Listen, guys, I don't know what's happened, man, but you know, I thought we were going to sell 3,000 tickets. There's only
sometimes
40 people
that G's you up, and it's fucking even better. I know what you're saying.
Well, my mindset's always. I always get amazed by especially comedians that are like, "Oh my god, I don't want to date." I'm like, this is going to be the easiest gig of your life because this 40 people, they feel awkward as fuck. Like, they feel awkward if they're in a big room and there's only 40 people, and they're the ones that are here for the night. So
they're going to make the most of it and enjoy it.
You don't have to, sometimes you might have to work for 10, 15 minutes to get them on side. You don't need the end. You just come out and they're like, right, we're up for a laugh. Let's talk about how awkward this is. Let's go on with it. So that was a good gig. And then the last one, the Rangers gig, right? So this was the fancy Rangers club, but it's like, all the guys in this part of Toronto are like fucking millionaires, right? This is the Rangers club you'd be part of, mate, right? So right, I walked in the door and the guy meets me with the chinos and the blue shirt on, right? Rangers tie, right?
Beautiful.
This old big guy. And he went, Scott, is it? I went, how you doing, man? I went to shake his hand, right? So I get the
Sonic handshake.
I get the good handshake, right?
Handshake,
I get the good handshake, and then he went like,
tickle your rockstar, it was that good.
He gave me the good handshake. I mean, I got a wee fucking tingle down the back of my leg. I was like, I've not been touched like that for a long time. So he shook my hand and then he went,
strong fires, boy.
Mate, honestly, this is what he says to us. He went, I understand you're one of us, Scott. And I went, what, a pensioner? I went, a pensioner? And he's like, no, a Rangers, man. I went, oh, aye, mate. Obviously, I grew up a Rangers supporter because of my grandpa. I'm no, like, Rangers dastard. Like, that's no me, right? So I was never, like, you know, send me to the front, show me my people. So he's taking me around the club. Now, it's, if anybody's ever been in the trophy room at Ibrox, or you've ever seen it, you may have seen it in the news where people are getting interviewed. That's the way they've kitted out the kind of foyer this place. It's all the wooden paneling and everything. And the guy's telling me, like, how much do you think those chairs cost? And I was like, I don't know, like 100 quid. I went, $2,000 each, Scott. And I'm going, oh my God. So everybody
for the lodge and fucking Mayball.
No, because they all had they had the crest, the Rangers crest, and then the name of the club embroidered in them, right? And the guys like, it cost $1,000. So everybody else in the group is all like, oh fucking hell, man, this is, you know, we've hit the big time here. Like, mate, it was almost like a mini theatre, full stage. Like, it was unbelievable, right? The money they've got, it was unbelievable because you walked in, and for the outside, it looked like a warehouse, and then see when you get inside, mate, it was like the most plush, like first class lounge you've ever been in. Go through it in this beautiful little, it was insane, right? So I'm sitting going, let's just hope it's a good gig. So the guy came over and he says, we've obviously got the buffet as well. If you don't mind, we're going to have some food first before the show. I'm like, aye, that's right. No, the guy who was running it was a big massive boy, like 4 times the size of me, huge big boy, right?
Big dirty orange Canadian.
So he was loving it. Now he's a Scottish guy. He was loving it. He's like, oh, we're going to get a good feed. That's what he kept saying. We're going to get a good feed tonight, boys. We're going to get a good feed tonight. So then the guy came back around and he says, if you wouldn't mind waiting until everybody else has had the food before you go up to the buffet. Mate, he was raging.
Just Brussels sprouts left and shit.
I've never seen a grown man close to tears in my life. Is that night? He's like, are you joking? We've travelled thousands of miles. The least you could do is feed us. And the guy's like, I'm very sorry, but you're going to have to wait until the patrons have had their
fill. I fucking walked here and this is what I get.
Mate, it was hilarious. And then the gig itself was awful. The gig was absolutely awful. It was terrible. They just had
this is what happens when you take it on a fucking touring fucking Orange clubs.
Oh, if I had known, I'm saying this, if I'd known that's what it was before I went, I still would have went because it was an experience. But even there, I always think back to those nights and I think back to and I say this all the time as well, why do people go to things if they don't want to invest in it and just enjoy it? Do you mean, like, why go to a comedy gig? Why go to a play? Why go to the theatre? Why go to a rave if you're not going to go, do you know what, even if I'm in a bad mood, fuck it, see for the next 2 hours, man, I'm going to get into this.
Aye, folk who pay to go to anything and then they moan about it. You're going,
Mhm.
you fucking, why did you even go then? Why did you spend your hard-earned cash going to something that you knew you wouldn't like?
I mean, I know there are people who
There's a
just like
DJ
a
or a
moan.
comedian there you don't like. Why
Aye.
come?
Aye.
You bought a
Why?
ticket, you fucking moron.
Why come? How come? Eh? But here's another question I want to raise.
How come is it anybody for the UK goes anywhere and lives, your fucking expats, any other cunt come here's Johnny Foreigner? How does that work? Is it because we used to own the world? We used to run this town, this world.
Oh, so you mean like if say for example somebody from Chicago moves here, they're
Aye.
not an expat.
Aye. Or a fucking
I mean, you're not an
Pakistani
expat.
or
You're
a fucking Muslim or one of
Oh.
these cunts, no, I mean, they come here like that. Johnny Foreigner, you build a fucking mosque, fuck off. But I go there, I'm a fucking expat, I own the fucking camp.
But I don't think
Something
the people in the other country regard them as expats.
I'll tell you, I can't see on here, but they fucking regard them, you know what I mean? Cunts.
It's like when you watch these programs, it's like I watched one, it's like Home Abroad or one of the bullshits, right? And it's like people want to go and buy a house in Spain, but they don't
Aye.
want to buy a house in Spain. They want to buy a caravan in an English campsite.
Aye, they
So
want
then
to
the
fry
English
ups
people-
every morning.
Aye, they're no interested in. And I'm like, the one I was watching was, it was two pensioners, right? And I'm going, listen, these two fuckers have got to the point where they're like, no, they were for like Preston or something like that, right? Which I used to love gigging in Preston. The club shut down. Anyway,
Salt of the earth, those people, man. Salt of the earth. Working class, beautiful people.
Mate, they could be Scottish, by the way. Country Preston could be Scottish. Anyway, so they've obviously got to the end, he's done his time in the factory, she's finished being a fucking dinner lady, whatever it is they did. And they've went, right, are we going to sit in our council house for 15 years in the piss and rain, or do we sell up, buy a caravan, which is a fucking some size of caravan, on this campsite, full of other old English pensioners, and enjoy ourselves? And that's what they did. And I'm like, right, fine. But see when it's like the young, trendy, vibey people who are like, yeah, we're going to go and move to Spain or Italy, and you're like, get involved then, man. Like, learn the language. And
Well, what they do is they go, like, you see it in their TV shows and that, they fucking sell their one-bedroom flat in London, go and buy a fucking chateau in the south of France,
I
right?
know.
And then what they do is they invite all their fucking English mates here and have English teas and high teas and gin parties and just Anglicize that fucking French.
And what? And what, sorry?
Anglicize it, man.
Okay.
Anglicize it.
Do you
Instead of
watch-
fucking embracing the culture and offering, I don't know, maybe the French there a bit of fucking, well, the French will be like,
You English scumbag don't know how to make the friends we love. Baguette.
Do you watch baguette? Do you watch Escape to the Chateau?
aye, but I see that cunt fucking Dick Strawbridge, his moustache, I
Oh,
honestly want
aye.
to rip it off.
He looks
It
like
freaks me out,
He
man.
looks like a walrus. He looks like a walrus.
And he's got this mad Irish fucking RAF English accent that
Aye,
freaks
but
me out and all.
that's the officer class. That's the private schooling
Right, aye.
officer class. So like he's in the army in the sense of like,
He's went to boarding school or something like
well,
that.
he's went to college, he's gone straight into what they call officer class. So you're no like a skivvy, mate. You're no out fucking going, this is my rifle, this is my gun. You're just straight into, okay, boys, fall in.
Bumming.
you're straight into,
Close
you're straight
off,
into
let's straight in a
bumming
hot shower.
instead of being bum.
And Brill Cream Boys.
That's it.
I would love to see the lassie, the kind of burlesque woman, just get pumped. I'd love to see her naked taking
oh,
it.
for fuck's sake.
But I mean, I'll be honest with you. There's something kind of sexy about her, but
No,
also
there's
annoying.
no.
She's got a wee speech impediment, a wee wisp.
I
If you noticed that.
I think the two of them would be a good laugh. I think you could get a good,
What,
really
sexy
good
time?
laugh. No,
Just watching
no,
him away, working away.
No, I just mean
Him
like
just
with
lifting
the
his, lifting his moustache up as he gently licks her vagina. Then,
Whereas
or maybe he keeps
the
it
man
down
in
and
the
tickles
boat-
her with it.
the man in the boat.
He brushes the wee man in the
I
boat.
think he lifts that up and then just a big tongue rolls out the thing. That's how he keeps it folded outside down.
He's got her up. He's doing it the works.
Why
He's-
would we do this?
And he's gone, I could hang a set of curtains from here and I could build a ladder. Maybe plant some turnips in the garden. And
What
she's
is-
just like,
what
oh,
is wrong with
you
you?"
so naughty. Let me make you a new jacket.
She fucking Mick Jagger.
Have you found a little man in the boat yet?
Oh,
Get your
Oh.
mustache, rub it all over it. It's tickling.
Oh, Dick, you sound outside.
Oh, Dick, you sound. Let's mix some jam and stick it up
Oh,
my farts.
Dick. Oh. You sound outy, Dick.
That's how he's getting it, because he's fucking got a RAF gay boy passion for Mick Jagger.
Oh,
He's like,
Jesus
come on, sing a Rolling Stones number. All right now, baby, it's an all right. Ah, yes, make me a set of curtains, Mick. My name's not Mick. All right now.
What is wrong with you, man? What is wrong with you? I'm
This is
just gonna.
actually
I'm
Christmas
trying to have
time.
a nice conversation about fucking
Oz
escape to
lodges
the
in
chateau.
Canada.
Aye, and you're like, I may slap you.
Lifting up that big, and he's got half his dinner all hidden underneath it and all that.
That's
Lifts
what I
up
don't
my
understand,
fucking
like-
steak faucet.
Sometimes I get it when the tash grows too long. Like if I drink a cup of tea or a coffee, and then my tash is pure soggy as fuck, pure flapping about. I also get it, and I'll see wearing masks now, man. My beard's pure sweaty when I take my mask off. It's
Condensation.
moist. It's horrible, man. It's horrible. But
Oh, talking about masks, can we talk about Darren's amazing cartoon work? Or do we keep that? Yeah, you know.
mate, you talk about whatever you want to talk about.
That's all right. It's all right. He's done some great graphics.
I was going to say one thing about the Chateau though. It's there's another one DIY where it looks at people like you say that go and buy a Chateau and do it up, but it's either one or two groups. It's either like people like us, normal people, right? Who like the man's a builder and like the woman just worked their whole life and they're like, you know what, fuck this, let's give it a go, man. And they go out and buy one, or it's the complete other end of the social scale, and it's like two toffs going, well, we sold the flat in Kensington, and we thought, why not give it a go? And then they just employ everybody to come
and walk about inspecting the work, or it's usually fucking two gay lovers, and they always slip into two like fucking, and in a couple of years, these building shows are going to be like a couple of transgenders or non-denominational cunts. What's your name? Just call us it. And this is, it's not a house. We don't identify this as a house. It's a lair or something in it. We know if you think about it, they always put in, you know, that way like advertisements now. They've got like fucking, they're trying to sell you anything. They'll stick in the token black guy or an Asian kid or a fucking gay granny or something just to keep the demographic happy. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm not saying it should all be like, oh, just fucking white guys.
I mean,
once
again, you know, DJ Gibbo's here to prize the meaning of Mal's ramblings, because you've got a point, but again, you've gone very very
Stevensonize it.
That's what you've done. You've got what I love it when you make statements because it's good, because it separates the wheat from the chaff, right? Because what it does is when you make statements, people who are triggered by words are offended by what you say. But if you actually listen to what you're saying, you're right. You're just maybe saying furious. You're just saying it the wrong way. I get no angry, but I do think, like I've said it to Mrs. before, and she just rolls her eyes at me when there's adverts on the TV and it's like black mum, two black kids, and then a white dad. I'm like, why? Why not just have a black family? Black families exist. I get more angry going, how has he produced two black, like there's no reason for it to have,
because you know there's been a meeting and somebody's went, right, listen, no, it's going to work a treat, a mixed family, that'll sell a bigger demographic. Somebody's had that meeting. That's what annoys me about it. There's been a chat about it, you know,
but
like,
it's like, I understand, obviously even the word mixed family, it's like, even that does annoy me, because I'm like, what is a mixed family? Oh, it's when like one of the parents is a different race. What the fuck does that matter? Like, what does that matter? It's just a family.
One's a proddy, but they put their differences. See, like me and my missus, we put our differences aside. I said to the boys in the lodge, right, you don't need to stand in the chapel stairs, right, but come down, get the pictures taken, and I'll no post them anywhere, you know what I mean? Yeah, listen, see if there's any real proddies out there that are desperate for a Catholic wife because they know they're all full of sin and filthy as fuck. Right, let's not beat about the bush here. That's how everybody wants a Celtic lassie. We all know that. Got issues, man.
You get back to her house,
bed.
you open that bedroom door, and she's got a Celtic tap hanging up there. You're like, I've hit the fucking jackpot, boys.
Winner chicken dinner.
You're right in what you're saying, like that. I don't think that stuff. That's why when people, all those arseholes, were getting angry about the Sainsbury's advert, because it was like, oh, it's a black family that doesn't properly encapsulate British Christmas. Like, what the fuck are you?
They
talking
don't have
about,
snow in
man?
Africa. No, they're for London. It's a London family. No, but I mean, how they don't understand the morals of real Christian Christmas? Fuck off, you old conservative cunt.
What is a Christian Christmas anyway?
I'll tell you what it is. It's just a bunch of men, tattoos, Rangers taps, cheap drink, doing the lodge, singing songs, somebody have a cigar, you know what I mean?
That's a Christian Christmas in my
That's
house.
a Christian Christmas. And you maybe have a few drinks, things get nasty, you start blaming other folk, and maybe you put a few windies in the chapel on the way up the road. That's a Christian Christmas for you. I get one. I get the other one. And, there's a bit of bitterness there and all because there's no milk to steal and nobody's fucking got orange juice at their door,
Remember when you used to go stealing the milk and then you would find orange juice and you'd be like, what the fuck
Gold
is going on, man?
ticket.
Mate, I tell you once.
Who the fuck are these cunts?
I know,
I would always go, who the fuck are these rich cunts? That's getting stolen because that's a cheek.
See when the first time I went out stealing milk, right? I mean, the rush, the rush of adrenaline when you're stealing milk is amazing.
Now,
after it, when you're back in, because we used to camp and then we would steal hundreds of milk and we'd go back to the tent and there's like 40 bottles of milk, right? And then you start tanning the milk and you get a brain freeze or you'd shit yourself because you're drinking too much milk.
But the best thing about it is if you're locked in your actual life, you never actually drank milk, but the fact that you fucking stole it, you steal even more than you could ever drink. And you drink it all just because why?
I mean, I'm not proud of it, I'm also I'm not endorsing stealing the milk. I don't even know if people get milk anymore. But at the same time, I think that was just a part of growing up. It was no malice, it was what, a quid? All right, maybe somebody gets up in the morning and like, fuck, I've not got any milk for my bran flakes. But then, who's drinking a pint of milk every single day? I don't know. Anyway, steal the milk.
You also got rolls for the shop. When they delivered them to the shop, we used to do that, get down and nick hundreds of rolls. That was the fucking winner and all. That was like
I never nicked the rolls because I used to think that's... Do you know why I never used to nick rolls generally? And I don't even know how.
Too good a boy.
No, in my head I used to think that's a business. I used to always think that. Like I used to think
fuck off.
I did, mate, because see, like we used to go down past Trinity High School, right? And there was a baker's there. I can't remember the name, and it'll come back to me. And there was one day there was the fucking 2 pallets of rolls stacked. And they're like, fucking lift the rolls, man. I was like, no, and we just kept going because we had hundreds of bottles of milk. Maybe it was the milk, but I didn't remember thinking
like big hot dog like that. Leave the rolls.
No, I was just like, we're just gone. I did keep thinking like, that's mate, I'm like Robin Hood. I'll fucking steal for the rich. See if you're getting milk delivered on a daily, mate, you can afford to get a few bottles pumped. But here's the thing. See when you used to go to a door and they would have like the actual milk, like the kind of metal, like wee bottle holder things, remember them that had the name of the dairy on it? And you're like, how fucking rich is this cunt? Swipe. So one day, mate, day in the milk
you take the full tray, everything, even the wee holder.
Take the full hang, off, right?
Beautiful.
Turns up at a door, boom, right, in we goes. 1 milk, 1 orange juice. Mate, first time it ever happened, we think we've hit the jackpot, right? Can't I believe it? We've got, it felt like a bottle of gold.
Never beat that. You'll never beat that.
Here's the thing, mate. Went to the next door. Do you know what they had? Milk and chocolate milk.
You fucking dancer.
Mate,
I bet you're all fighting amongst yourselves to see who's procking that.
See, honestly, we're sitting in the tent passing the chocolate milk round like it was a joint. Just going, oh no, wait, like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, chocolate milk? What the fuck? Imagine getting chocolate milk delivered to your house.
Aye, that would
Who are these posh
family in the street.
Unbelievable, mate.
Slight jealous, but
stealing the milk.
I've never had the chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
I remember. I can't remember where I was doing a gig somewhere, some wee mad tune somewhere, and we were all fucking steaming. And somebody went, "We'll just go to the baker's on the way up the road." And it was the baker's who was like firing shit up for the day, and you could chap the door and buy fucking rolls and pie and slice. It fucking blew my mind, man.
You could do that in Renfrew, that one in Renfrew. Because they were like...
You probably could have done it where I stayed, but we never thought about that at the time, you know what I mean?
What were they
That's
called,
a wee there.
Something with a V. Give me a V, I think. Don't know, I can't remember. But so the front of it was like a shop. So at lunchtime, all the Waynes for Trinity would go in there and get their, roll and soup or whatever. Or not a roll and soup, but a roll and soup. But then the whole back of the fucking shop, what went on for miles, was like a full, like, functioning bakery.
Factory.
So you could go in there at like 5 a.m, be like, all right, boys. I mean, then they'd be like, he's 2 minutes to hide all the Chinese, and then they'd hide all the Johnny Fawners. I mean,
listen at the side of the wee fucking door, like, he's up.
But obviously, you would go and you'd be like, how much for 14 yum-yums? But you're always just giving the guy the money and he's putting it straight in his pocket. No, I'm not caring.
Oh, of course.
And you're up the road with rolls.
As well as you, I used to about think how sorry I felt for the guy at the baker, because you're just turning up steaming after a fantastic night. He's in there on the night shift, just like that. I wish I could be you. And equally, I'm like, I wish I was you, mate. And then I'd eat all the fucking pies. One for the oven, one for me. One for the oven, one for me.
You would get sick of It's like when you say, oh, you work in a sweet shop, you don't eat sweeties. I said that for me when I worked in that. When I worked in that Burger King, that took a long time for me to get over that. And I only done one shift. Scarred me for life.
When I was right young, my mum worked in a baker's, and the
Right.
highlight was after school going up there and getting a wee. She'd put a wee cake next. There you go. And it was in the wee boxes. They used to make the wee boxes and all that.
Yeah.
Fucking love it, man. Strawberry tarts and just any shit that wasn't selling. Straight to the boy Lee.
But you're not, I mean,
Give
you
that to your
take it
brother.
quite
Hey,
happily.
brother-in-law. Smash, into the moon. Oh, hey, listen, right. Before I forget, we need to talk about, and tell me you've heard it, Tom Cruise's fucking COVID rant on the
Yes, mate.
set of
Yes,
Mission
mate.
Impossible. Right, I shall put
Right.
it to you. So
Okay.
I'll sit back. What's your thoughts on that?
I
So
absolutely.
maybe explain what it is.
Right, so
'Cause
Tom
of the
Cruise
cunts
is, I think they're in London actually, but they're filming the next Mission Impossible movie, which in itself is incredible to think that they're making another Mission Impossible movie. But they're on the set, filming Mission Impossible. The two clips that I heard, one of the guys, I believe that the story is they're looking over a monitor, so they're obviously looking at, I think they call them rushes, which is
Ecstasy.
playbacks of the recording, right? And the two guys are apparently standing over a monitor, not socially distanced. And then Tom Cruise loses his fucking mind and starts screaming at them. And I think it's absolutely brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I don't have a problem with... I don't like people who are cunts for the sake of cunts, right? And I don't like people who get above their station. But see, if you are Tom Cruise, you are effectively one of a very small group of people who are Hollywood royalty, right? You are,
and he's a friend of the show, old Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, friend of the show, Hollywood royalty. But you're also like Tom Cruise is the top 1% of famous people around the world, right? You could show, you could go to a tribe in the fucking middle of the and show them a picture of Tom Cruise and they'll be like, Tom Cruise, Millport Sex Island. They know who he is, right?
Aye.
Hearing him,
they've been chased through about the island by him.
Mate, hearing him go mental was absolutely brilliant. It was brilliant, man. You fucking, he's proper screaming at him. We got 1,000
What made
people.
me laugh at it
1,000
was
people
like
depend on this. You fucking, you'll be gone. You'll be gone.
What are you saying? What are you fucking saying? Because he had his mask on, that's what made me laugh. You are set, you're gone. You're fucking gone. Anyone who's ghosted, you're gone. And I was going, that's brilliant. He's even getting a mask on, losing his fucking shit.
You imagine me 5'5".
My thing is,
Tom Cruise.
I know he's a wee midget.
The whole industry is on my fucking shoulders. That's how I sleep at night. Anyone of that, you are fucking gone. You're fired. This bullshit cannot continue. That's what I live with at night.
And I'm going,
She's
take the
like,
mask off and just
am I
look into
clear?
them, Tom.
Am I clear? They're like, yes, Tom.
I'd have went like that. Sorry, what was that, mate? What?
No, you wouldn't. You'd fucking shit.
No, I wouldn't. I'd have went, yes, Tom. But the thing about it is I was listening to it on, I think the tranny was on fucking
Excuse me?
BBC Scotland. It was
The what?
the transvestite. Sorry, the non-denominational radio was BBC Scotland.
The
And
wireless.
it was who's that woman who does she talks like that? She does the morning show. Kay Adams, yeah. And she does things like
she says nothing like
Curry in, and she says things like yes. No, she makes me laugh, and then I want to slap her because she puts wee Scottish words into her vocab, to try and be a wee bit more, voice of the people. But anyway, my question to you is: the debate on the radio was what side are you on? Do you think he had a right to talk to people like that, shouting, screaming his fucking head off?
Is this serious? Are you being serious? Was this actually a discussion?
This is the thing that made me fucking... This was a discussion on the radio show, and I was going, what?
Mate, this is... we'll talk about this.
Snowflake
this is
fucking
why,
stuff, man.
This is why I do... I beg you... I know people who are listening to this are not going to do it. Do not listen to BBC Radio Scotland. For the love of God, man. If there's any fucking hope of joy in your fucking heart, stay away from that shit, man. I can't believe
the
that's
debate
been
was
discussed.
Scott. No, listen, because this is making. I was.
They're lucky I didn't phone in.
Shouting at the radio. Well, no, it was. So they basically split it to basically say, should he have spoke to his staff like that?
Of course you
Or
should.
was there a better way?
No.
A better way he can communicate, right? So it's basically people phoning in either way, and you were getting lovies through the theatre phone in saying, I think it's terrible, you know, we've already been through this year, how bullying in the workplace has an adverse effect, especially this time of year. Right now, I was going, what? Fucking what? And then there was like a few sensible people, like a football manager phoned in and went, listen, he's totally within his right to talk about that. Because if you look at like Sir Alex Ferguson, that's how you had to fucking G up your team to get them out onto the pitch to get the best out of them. He goes, he is within his right to fucking scream at these people because he's obviously been warning them and he's fucking lost his top. And then he was going, I don't see any problem. Then other women, no, wait, you stay on the line. I've got to bring her in. So then the two fucking points start arguing each other. My point is he's probably said to fucking cunts all through the day, listen, yous are too close. Please mind your distance. We're going to get shut down if we don't adhere to fucking social distancing, blah, blah, blah. It's probably been on and on and on. And then he's went, I fucking tell yous, get the fucking, you know, because he was going, we'll get shut down. So many people will lose their jobs. I've already seen people lose their houses because of this. The insurance, it's all sitting on my fucking shoulders. Any minute, you're fucking sat. And I'm going, good on you, fucking damn. I'd have fucking hooked him and all.
Mate, see the fact that you have told me that was a genuine phone-in. I can feel the anger in my chest.
Raging about it, aye. Well, I was fucking but I was laughing and going,
my fucking 2 pence on it, right? This is the problem with people who use certain language, like there's a better way to communicate this. I am telling you right now, and I could probably find you a million scientists that could back this up. See if I scream a message into your face, there's no better way to communicate that. You can't mishear me. You can't misinterpret it. If someone screams into your face, do not do that. You can't go away and go, I don't know what he said, but was there a better way you could communicate that to me? This is the problem with things like, see things like sport or things like film or television or music or like anything that's kind of artistic in a certain way. You can't. Yeah, that has to. It's separate. Say I'm Tom Cruise, right? So from what I understand, he is producing this one. So he's
acting and producing it.
But as in like he's making this happen. He's making it happen. No studios went, do you know what we really need another fucking Mission Impossible. No, he's went, I want to work to his agent. Tom Cruise, it's Tam here. Listen, I want a job. Tam, there's no jobs. You're a mad Scientology cunt. You're 5'5". You're nearly in your 60s. There's no jobs. You're not a front man anymore. You're not a love interest. You're not an action man. We can't get you any jobs, right? Go and fucking enjoy yourself. Retire. He's went, well, do you know what? I'm going to make another Mission Impossible. Don't be stupid, Tam. He's went, fuck you, phone down, right? So he's had to pay, I imagine, tens of millions on insurance. And here's the other thing, mate. See if something was to happen on one of these shoots, like somebody was to get COVID, who's a fucking boom operator or who's a fucking stuntman, and then he sues Tom Cruise for millions. He made me work and I've got COVID and I didn't want to work. Fuck you. This whole kind of softly, but no, there's a complete difference between bullying in the workplace. Even if you want to go to a normal place, even if you want to go to a call centre, right? We're an insurance company. See if I own that insurance company. See if that's my company. I can come round your desk, call you a cunt to your face, and keep walking because it's my money. It's my business.
That's.
If you're not doing your job properly,
this is just angry Scott talking.
I
thought you were just going walking up and going like, "Hey, cunto,"
no,
and then walking away. If
you you're affecting my business. Get the fuck out. You're fired.
I'm fucking paying you for nothing, you dick. Get the fucking work done, or you're out your ass.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. I'm woke. You can't speak to me like that. You're a fucking asshole. Get the fuck.
My father used to call me an arsehole 20 years ago, and you have just triggered me, and I'm now going off in the sick. I'm like, go off in the sick. I'm going to get a team of fucking boys from Stevenson. They're going to come round, and they're going to cut your legs off. See you later.
That's how I know my Waynes will be fine, because I shout and scream at them like fucking nobody's business, so they'll be well equipped to get into their world.
Perfectly within his right to scream at these people. And here's the thing, man, right? Like, they're obviously in a situation now where they boys are lucky, because see if that was normal, like see if that was like COVID wasn't happening. Say that's like next year, for example, right? When obviously people are still going to have to take cautions and be safe. You would have just fired them. You would have just went like, guys, you're fired. Now, here's the other thing, right? It's two sides to it, right? That are aggressive. So people will say things like, like you're talking about that forum where they're going, there's a better way to communicate with people, and he should not have spoken to something like that, and he's downgrading them.
He's probably been doing that throughout the day, but maybe, Scott,
so
maybe he's been saying
side,
through the day, come on, guys, separate, let's keep this right.
Even if he's no, mate, who gives a fuck? He's within his right to lose his rag. The other side of that is going, right, so instead of me going, listen, guys, you're fucking the pressure I'm under, you're going, I walk up to the two boys and go, all right, boys, listen, did you get the email about the social distancing? He did. And did you sign it? He did. Right. It's just because I've been watching you for 5 minutes and you're both standing on this monitor. All right. So listen, you're both fired. I need you to leave the set immediately. You're not getting paid. And I'll make sure that neither of you will ever work in Hollywood ever again. All right, boys. Thanks so much, guys. Take care. Now, you're going to be happy with that because I'm not shouting. I'm not raising my voice. I'm being very calm. But I have now removed them for the job. So they then might lose a house. They might then lose their lifestyle. And I will generally make sure they never fucking work again. Is that how you want me to deal with it? Or do you want me to stand and go, listen, shut the fuck up, stand apart and do your job? When did we change to the point where you cannot raise your voice to somebody? When did that happen?
When fuck knows what happened. I don't know.
What happened?
Here's the thing.
See at the boys' football. Did he get shouted at the football? Did they shout about the football?
That's what I love about it. The coaches are screaming at the boys up and down the touchline, but that keeps them on their fucking toes. That's
exactly. Mate, we used to
I've not seen any. All the coaches do it still in football.
Mate, see when I played rugby, we not abused, right? But we used to get, like, there was a genuine fear. One of our coaches, we feared them. Like, we genuinely feared them.
That's the best way.
And he used to, mate, see when we done I remember my first pre-season. So when you get to like under 16s, that's when it starts getting serious because there's a real chance within 2 years you're going to be playing with the first team. And rugby in Scotland's a bit different than football because every rugby team has a professional first team. So you make money, right? So you might only get £100 a game, but there's a chance you'll still be earning money, right?
So it's for what you love, isn't it?
But it's all a set. So when you turn 16, suddenly it becomes very serious. So you go from having 2 coaches to having like 4 and 5 coaches, and there's like one coach for forwards, one for backs, one for fit. Like it's very serious. When I turned up for pre-season, so this is summer, so you're still off school, we used to go for a run. So we, in Cartha on the south side, so we start jogging around the park, right? And we're just jogging around this country estate. And I remember saying to the coach, how long are we going for? Because I always like to know how far I was running so I could like try and pace it. And he's like, he's running until you're sick. Well, shut up. Mate, we never stopped until every single person in the team was sick.
I bet folk were kids on that boat just to get by.
Well, all the big boys, right, were bulking after like a couple of miles. But see the backs, man. Mate, they kept going, and we just sat at the sideline. They ran them for about 3 years, and then see when they vomited, the coach got us all in. He's like, right, guys, see you tomorrow. That's it over. I'm like, what? Well, it was fucked our minds. We're going, what? Went home, came back the next day, and he ran us again till we were sick. Done that for a week, and then we started training. And that was just to like break us down to do what we're told. But it's that whole psychological thing that you don't understand is happening, but you need that, not aggressive in the sense of there's fear or you're worried about it, but you need to know if you fuck up, you're going to get a bollocking.
He's obviously trying to get rid of all the fucking chaff, isn't he? He's got rid of all the fucking stupid folks shouldn't be there. So you want to go, fuck this. That's good because he's just like, right, get rid of him.
But that time we never had a lot of people like that. We had a good team. I remember he brought in one of the first, like the big, like fucking this guy's like a bricklayer, 36. And he brought him in to do tackling with us, mate. And I ran into this guy, man. I'm 16-year-old, and he fucking steamrolled me. He absolutely, like, almost turned my lights out, man. I'll never forget it. He hit me, and then, like, I just felt all the air just suck out my body, and I was lying like that. And he's going, right, up you get. And I went, get up. And I'm going, back at the line again. Oh, they used to beast us, man. But then when you came up against it, you were fucking solid.
You're a machine. But here's, come back to fucking Tom Cruise.
I can't believe they phoned in. Honestly, I can't believe they phoned in about that.
Everything Tom Cruise said that I could hear through his mask, he wasn't saying anything out of place. That if you think what he's providing, he's like, the eyes of the world are on this. I've got insurance companies, there's businesses closing left, right, and centre. But here's what made me think as well. That's his. Somebody's videoed his outburst. It's been happening through the day because somebody's been sitting ready to record it because they know it's coming. Because it's obviously happened and happened and happened.
Oh no, because they're on the. He's on. Is it the cams? They're all mic'd up.
No, but somebody's leaked a fucking secret recording, or is it just another way to cannily promote Mission Impossible 2? Because we're talking about it. Everybody all over the world's talking about it.
These
films are shite anyway. Well, that's no fucking kid on.
I've got the full rant in front of me here online. Do you want to hear this?
Aye, just
It says, we want the gold standard. They're back there in Hollywood making movies right now because of us, because they believe in us and what we're doing. I'm on the phone every fucking studio at night, insurance companies, producers, and they're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs, you motherfuckers. I don't even want to see it again, ever. And if I do see it, you're fired. If I see you do it again, you're fucking gone. And if anyone in this crew does it, that's it. You two, and you two, and you don't ever fucking do it again. That's it. No apologies. You can tell it to the people that are losing their fucking homes because our fucking industry is shut down. It's nothing.
Brilliant.
It's not going to put food on their table or pay their college education. This is great, man.
There's no end to it, and that's what I sleep with every night or something. That's what I live with every night.
That's what I sleep with every night. The future of this fucking industry. The future of this industry. So I'm sorry. I am beyond your apologies. I've told you now. I want it, and if you don't do it, you're out. We are not shutting this fucking movie down. Is it understood? If I see it again, you're fucking gone, and you're gone, and you're gone, and you cost me nothing. If I see this, you're gone. You're gone. Is that clear? Am I clear? Do you understand? This is brilliant. He's off his nut, man.
He just messing me. You can't handle the truth. And it's like a false speech, man.
But you
can't knock it.
If we shut down, it's going to cost people fucking jobs, their home, their family. That's what's happening. All the way down the line. And I care about. This is when he turns it. This is when he, he's beating the waves, but he turns it. I care about you guys. I really care about
me,
you.
man. It's hurting you.
When people are standing around a fucking computer and hanging out around here, what are you doing? And if they don't comply, then send their names to Matt Spooner. That's it. Who's Matt Spooner? I don't know. He's obviously the enforcer.
But always when he does it, if you listen to the audio, it's all like that. You're fucking gone. You and you and you. I'm fucking sick of this shit.
It's brilliant, man. Tune in.
Think like
better than Queen's speech.
Think how tough it must be for because my missus is still working from home, right? They've got a new office, all renovated. We went in it maybe a month or two ago to see it. It's fucking stunning, man, right? And they can't get staff in it because I don't know if it's insurance or obviously the government tells you they can't work for the office yet. But you imagine doing something like a movie, like the pressure.
Duty,
I mean, even the money, the insurance, like it must be unbelievable pressure to be under.
Multi-million-dollar industry as well. That movie shot.
Multi-million. Oh yeah, talking about multi-million-dollar movies. I watched Tenet.
What do you think?
I think it's a great idea, executed badly.
I thought it was fucking great. I think all Chris Nolan's films, he's no let me doing with any of his films.
I think he's losing his mind, and I think he's believing that he's a superstar director, and he's not actually that good. It was a great idea. The concept that time travel does exist, but not yet, and the future is traveling back to give us information to benefit them is a great idea, and probably what would happen with time travel, but just executed a bit weird. I think he was trying to make it too blockbustery and have too many twists and turns. And see as soon as, like, you've seen the film, right? So see, like, when they're having that fight, him and Patterson.
Aye.
And
he was fighting himself?
Don't kill him. I was like to them. I went, that's him. I actually thought it was Robin Patterson. I says, that's why he doesn't want to kill him. That's him. She went, what are you talking about? I went, that's him. He's came back for the future.
I thought it was something because it was an equal fight. Everybody else just went, fuck you, see you later. And this one it's a full fucking every move. The two of them are as good as each other because you're fighting yourself.
I didn't, even when it ended, I was like, this isn't really that good. But like, are we friends? He's like, we're friends, and I'll see you soon. I'm like, oh, fuck off, man.
But here's the beautiful thing with all Chris Nolan's films. After it, was you asking yourself a lot of questions, or was you piecing things together? You know, like see that vampire cunt. He actually done really good in that film. I thought that was the only film I've seen. I went, you're actually a good actor, mate.
But mate, you forget he is
Robert Pattinson or whatever his name is.
He's a fantastic actor. But his problem is he became almost Elvis level of fame with the fucking Twilight shit, and then went off the rails. He's a wonderful actor.
I thought he's wonderful. Listen to
I think he's absolutely fantastic. It's a good looking boy. I thought he done a
great turn in that film, right? But here's what I thought was brilliant, right?
No pumping in it.
See him. See the. I know that was a bit disappointing. see the No, this has got to get serious about the film, right? To go film buff on you, right?
I would love you to interview Chris Nolan going, listen, can I give you a bit of advice? Of course, yeah, go ahead. More pumping in your movies, mate. See if you just had a couple of ditties or a bit of pumping.
Aye.
Mate, 5 stars. I can only give you 4. I want to give you 5, but I can only give you 4.
4.5. 4.5.
Because I like you. Your sound. Yeah, you're
There's-
Rangers man. You're Rangers man. Aye, 4.5.
Put the horn out, did a wee handshake and all that. Right, no, that's a 5-star.
Imagine you
Chris.
met
That's a
Christopher
5-star.
Nolan and he gave you a Mason handshake. You'd be like, no, wait, mate.
Yes.
Oh!
When you make the film about the time traveling Oz Lodge.
The time traveling Masons. They've
Well,
come
that's right,
back.
let me pitch it to you, Chris, right? It's me and the brethren, right? For the number nothing logical one. And
Boys
we
in
go
the
back
brush.
in time and we distinguish and extinguish all the Catholics that gives you any bother, right? And then but there's like a battle. Because they've got time travel and stuff, and they go into the future and they set themselves up as like a select that their day better and everything. So it's like this football, religion, plenty of pumping in it. Don't worry about it. I'll deal with that, Chris. You just do the shots.
Now, you know what, like, right, Chris, listen. 3 boys for Ayrshire Lodge travel back in time to stop Celtic 10 in a row. How does that sound?
What about this? Stick with me, Chris. Here's a title. Ready? Soonest.
He loves just a one word. We call it.
Soonest.
Have you got a name in mind? We're going to call it Soonest. I like it.
I like it. Or Gaza. What do you think there, Chris? What do you think, Chris?
What about Chris? What about the Copeland? That's it. Fade to black.
And there's
Chris.
like, and the the sort of epicenter of this film is the basement of the Bristol bar. That's where it's time traveling is. Just
It
below the
turns out,
dance floor.
at the end of the film, right, when they wake up, it turns out they've been asleep the whole time in the basement of the Bristol bar, right?
But, right, listen, going back to the film, right? I don't know if you thought about this, or maybe you had.
I love it when you do this.
When the woman, the main woman in it is at the school with her son. Her son is the fucking vampire guy. That's how they know each other. That's how he looks after the vampire guy's looking after I don't know what the main black guy is called, but that's how he goes. We know each other. We're friends because he's the father figure to that wee boy in the future. For where the film ends, that's the relationship that he has with the woman and the kid. 100%. That's it. 100%.
You might be right. I've no thought about that before.
It's all. This is his films, but it's all time traveling. So at the end of the film is actually the beginning of their relationship because he goes with a woman and they bring up the kid and he trains him for
then
what he's going to do in the future.
But then how does he remain the same age so that they can become?
Because we're talking about time traveling
So they
again.
can become friends later on.
Aye, because in his right, I don't know, but what's the guy's the black? He was brilliant at the black guy.
That's the thing. It doesn't give his name.
He's Tennant. He's just the fucking protagonist.
He's the protagonist. Aye.
Right. So the protagonist in the film, his timeline actually starts at the end when he makes sure that the woman and her son are safe. He's in the car, remember? And he kills the folk that are going to kill them. That's when the relationship with the vampire boy actually starts because he then trains them, knowing in the future they're going to develop this technology for the vampire boy to go back into the past to help the protagonist. That's how he knows so much about the protagonist. That's how he is at certain points to rescue him through the film. There's themes, I can't remember now, there's themes all the way through the film. If you look at the vampire boy's timeline, he's always there at critical points to help the protagonist.
What's vampire boy's name? Is it Neil?
No, I said it earlier, did I know? Fucking Elvis McVampire face, fuck knows, what is it?
Oh, his name in the movie, what is his name in the movie? It's
Brian.
Neil, right? It's Neil. So Robin Pattinson plays Neil in the movie. So according to Esquire, the film magazine,
Big Neil Shea,
right? It says, and this is your theory. A lot of people are wondering whether Neil, Robin Pattinson's character, is in fact Kat's son And that when
Yes.
Neil says they know each other in the future is because Kat and the protagonist stay close and he serves as a substitute father figure to Max as he grows up. This is exactly what you're saying. Hold on. This seems to be subtly hinted both in the ending of the film and in the scene where Neil is with Kat at her bedside on the boat when she is recovering from her injury. One of the problems with this theory is the fact that we already know Max's name. If Nolan wanted to leave his future identity ambiguous, wouldn't he have omitted his name as he did with the protagonist? So we already know the son's called Max.
Aye. In the future, at the end.
Hold on.
But in the past, he's saying, I can't tell you anything because it'll affect the future if you know too much.
That said, Nolan has said in relation to Pattinson's character in an interview, we think he may be called Neil. You never really quite know what's going on with these identities.
Because throughout the film, they don't give too much, only what you need to know, because if you know too much, it'll affect the passage of time.
The other issue is that in order for this to be possible, Neil would have had to live through time in reverse for at least a decade in order to go back to the point when he was a child, which feels implausible, both physically and as a plot point. It would be deeply tedious to be stuck inside one of the oxygen chambers for a decade, plus everything on it. Let's try to make a joke.
Does the Neil character actually die in the past? He sacrifices himself, no?
No.
He goes back. He doesn't go into the future with him because he knows he can't go into the future with him because he's a boy in the future and he can't meet himself. That's how he chooses to stay.
I love it.
When the protagonist goes into the future,
I love it when you get passionate about stuff like this.
See, after these kind of films, right, my head's on fire. And that's when Maria gets up and walks out because she knows she's not sitting listening to my shite, ramblings, trying to fucking dissect the film and all that. I'm going, what do you think? Shite. So, anyway, this is what I think.
the other theory on this website is that the bearded guy that helps him at the end. It's just me and you that are going to go down that tunnel. And he's like, why? He goes like, because once you've seen what's inside that, you can't tell anybody, whatever. So the other theory is that bearded guy is actually Kat's son, and when he grows up.
It's for me. It's mere that was apparent. I kind of put that. I went to the cinema to see it twice actually, and I even at the first viewing I was thinking, no, before the end I was thinking that guy Neil is the protagonist's fucking adopted kind of son. So he's the Wayne at the start. That's him. Brilliant, man. I love films like that, man. Fucking love films.
So here's the other
stay with you at the end.
Here's the other theory, right? You know at the start when he takes the cyanide pill?
Yeah.
And then they say to him that was a test.
So he chose to kill himself rather than give it.
But it wasn't actually a pill that kills you. It just renders you unconscious. And then we come and collect you because it was a test to see if you would kill yourself.
Uh-huh.
The other theory is that the pill was real. He did die, and Tennant is just all his imagination.
For a deed imagination.
For a deed life.
That's just bullshit straight away because he's fucking dead. What?
So for the afterlife, he's like telling you a story, man.
Maybe what happens to you when you die? Who knows? Maybe you just have an eternal dream. Maybe you just
live in a Chris Nolan film.
Maybe you just live out a dream on normal pace.
I mean, let's look at Chris Nolan's films, right? I know that this is a fucking hashtag show. It's Christmas time. We should be singing Band-Aid. But
no, right, because this is going to be a 3-year spectacular, man. Let's let this go because we've still got hundreds of questions today.
This is coming out basically Christmas time, isn't it? This
Christmas
episode?
Eve. Christmas Eve, mate.
Fucking Merry Christmas, one and all.
Merry Christmas.
Heroes and our council compadres.
Right, do you want me to tell you some of his movies?
Let me say something. You go, yes.
Right.
So there's a Batman trilogy. That's a fucking given, right? That's fucking brilliant.
Yep.
I think he done them to fund all his other projects like Tenet, like Inception.
Mm-hmm.
Memento is another favourite. That's like one of his first films. And for the life of me, I can't forget. He done that war one, didn't he? Which was all right. Again, he's maybe done that big blockbuster to fund Tenet. The one night in the beach landings. What's that? Did he not do that? Dunkirk. There you go.
Right. So here's some of the movies, right?
The Lego movie. Do you not do that?
Tell me if you think it's good or no.
Right.
Inception.
Amazing.
I
It's
honestly
a dream
think,
within a dream, Gibbo.
mate, I honestly think Inception's one of the greatest films ever made.
It's fucking
But
unbelievable.
do you not think Inception is such a good concept and it was executed well, and it also leaves you on that, is he dead, is he
Aye.
no dead?
Aye.
But just Tenet just
Is
missed
it a dream?
Aye, Tenet just missed the mark a little bit. Right, so
I'll give you
Inception,
that. It wasn't as good as Inception, Tenet,
No.
but it was still an extraordinary film. If you hadn't seen Inception, you'd have thought
Oh.
that Tenet was better.
Inception, amazing. The Dark
Yes.
Knight, amazing.
Amazing.
Interstellar.
trilogy. Oh, amazing. How could I forget that? That's one of my favourite films ever. I mean,
Look at your face.
I've great as a grown man at that film. There's
It is
something about that.
emotional. It is emotional, man. Then we've got Tenet.
Anne
Dunkirk.
Hathaway's speech on what love is
Oh,
fucking unbelievable.
Dunkirk, which I haven't
Yes.
seen.
It's all right.
The Dark Knight Rises, amazing.
Amazing.
Memento, also an amazing film.
Aye, brilliant.
Batman Begins. The Prestige, never heard of that.
Oh, there you go. Another one. You not seen that?
No, is it good?
Oh, mate, it's fucking unbelievable. And again, leaves you asking so many questions. Fucking Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, and Christian Bale, two amazing magicians who are at competition with each other to be the best magician.
Oh my god, I started watching that the other night and I turned it off, but only because it was 3 in the morning. I was too tired. Is it good?
Fucking unbelievable, man. See the
Right.
end of it. You're like, oh, midgets cracking up. No,
Right.
it's just dynamite, man.
Right, I'm
It's
going to watch
amazing.
that. Insomnia with Robin Williams. Never seen that one.
Did he do that?
Aye.
That's a fucking brilliant film.
Is it?
That's where he plays he develops photographs and he plays a really creepy. Oh, that's fucking
No, that's
clever.
one.
I
That's
didn't
one.
know that was
That's
him.
1 hour photo. That's something different.
Is it?
I've seen that. That's one.
That was
That's a good film.
Insomnia.
Man of Steel, Transcendence, Batman v Superman, Doodlebug, whatever that is, Justice League, Side by Side. These are getting old, obviously. Dreams, Making Waves, and then that's it. And then some other short
Well,
movies.
I reckon if you're ever
mean,
stuck for a film to watch, just search his back catalogue and watch one of them. You
There's some
need to
good
watch
ones.
Prestige for the next time we chat.
I need to watch Prestige. There's
What's
some good ones in
the Robin Williams one?
there. Insomnia,
Insomnia. I'm going to search that.
2002. Insomnia. American psychological thriller directed by Christopher Nolan and written by Hilary Slice. It says here
let's see
Insomnia
what it
was. It says Insomnia was Nolan's first studio movie and tells the story of a murder investigation in a small Alaskan town. The film feels very
I've seen
different
it,
to
seen
Nolan's
it.
other films, but maintains his signature touches. There you go. That'd be good. Need to watch that.
Who else is it?
Al Pacino's in it. Hilary
There you
Swank.
go. I've seen it.
It's quite a good cast, man.
Insomnia. I can't sleep.
Moving on. How did you? I don't know if you saw this news story or not, but a 12-year-old boy had his DJ equipment confiscated after organising a rave in the school toilets. How
A rave in the school toilets.
It says a schoolboy in year 8 in England, so he's 12, which would be what, S2 here, had his speakers and disco lights confiscated after he arranged and hosted a rave in the school toilets.
Schoolboy era right away.
Cal Bell was on the decks in the boys' loos at dinner time on Friday, 11th of December, when his teachers busted the party. The 12-year-old, who goes to St Anthony's Catholic College in Urmston, Manchester, had promoted his event on Snapchat the week before, posting the time and date of his DJ set. On the guest list were the whole of Year 8 boys. When the party was in full swing, Cal and his mates handed round Cadbury twirls and bottles of Lucozade laced with PCP, but the fun wasn't to last. The fun wasn't to last. Half an hour into his set, staff at the school shut the party down and took his equipment away from him. They phoned Cal's mum, Louise Bell, telling her that her son had been up to, but understandably, Louise found it easy to see the funny side. She also shared a photograph of the guilty-looking Cal getting in from school looking like he was expecting a telling off. And he never.
He should have got a generator done up the fields or somewhere remote. You're going to get busted in a school toilet, man. You know what I mean?
Mate, he's
You
12
can't
year
have a
he's
fag
12
or a
year
shite
old.
in the school toilet.
He's
Fair
12
play
year
him.
old. He's 12 year old.
Fair play him. I love the fuck these cunts, I'm doing this attitude.
I also like the idea that he managed to get speakers and decks into
Hey,
the fucking
what fucking
toilets.
toilet has got a plug point in it?
That's very true. But these are modern schools, man.
They're probably schools where it's like a mixy school, isn't it? Like you can fucking.
Has there ever been
if you're
anywhere?
a guy or a woman.
Has there ever been anywhere that you've turned up to do a gig and you've went, I can't possibly gig here. Like this can't be safe, or this is mental.
Fucking loads of gigs, aye. Loads.
Any spring to mind?
The first one that springs to mind, just because we were talking about it, I done my NXL podcast to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Operation Blade public domain. I sat down with myself and other members, Mark Sherry and James Allen, talking about that fucking mad time that we had. And the one that we were laughing about was we actually done a fucking gig in Russia in the middle of the Baltic Sea. What? It was on a fucking island with a castle in it, right? And all the way you're going there, you're going, this is fucking, who's this at the fucking door?
Oh, Jesus.
Just check the ring because I can't. Let me go and grab it. Right, hold on. Talk amongst yourself.
He's going to answer his door if you want in.
Got a wee package here.
Are we
What the
package?
fuck is this? A wee package. Oh. Oh, I see. I actually thought he didn't, did he? Scott sent us a wee mug. That's fucking brilliant. But no. Oh, check this out.
8. Top brew, nice one for sorting. What?
Top one, nice one, sorting. That's alternate. My mate Mark Archer sent us up a mug. See, my real mate.
Yep.
You know, it's a DJ alternate. Everybody knows alternate. Old school legends. He's got mugs out, so check it out. Fucking brilliant. Top brew, nice one for sorting. It's had a remix. Fucking brilliant. Cheers for that, Mark. Thought it was you, Scott, but no, sonny boy.
Wow.
I was thinking, that's great.
Hey,
Gibbo's fucking broke down.
Look what I've got for you, son.
Yes. Come on, boy. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, yes. Think about it.
Coming your way soon, don't you worry.
Well, wait a minute. Look what I've got for you, sir. Wait a minute.
Get it. Show me the old boy. Show me the old chap.
Got a goat for you, boy. You can have a wee grey one
Oh.
or a charcoal one. What would you like?
Oh.
What colour would you like? What colour would you like?
I think charcoal. I think charcoal.
Charcoal, my boy. That's it. And that was a nice wee surprise there. Lovely.
Right, let's get back
lovely.
to. We need to cut this bit out because this was silence. Well, DJing in the Baltic Sea.
Aye, so we were talking about it. We done a podcast to celebrate 20 years of public domain. We're all laughing about the fucking madness. And one gig that we all agreed on was one of the maddest. In Russia, we'd done a gig in the middle of the Baltic Sea, and we were driving there in a fucking ladder. And we were going, this is mad. We get stopped by a Russian speed check, which was 2 ladders. One fucking pulls out with the siren zone, and the driver just go, drive. And then the second one followed up the road, blocks the road. Because they can't chase you in the fucking ladder because the speed's on there. Anyway, guy got a ticket. We found out what a Russian speed trap is. We then go into this fucking boat. It's taking us out in the middle of the Baltic Sea, and all the time you're going, what the fuck's going on here?
You don't
There's
think
a
I'm going to
castle.
get murdered?
Well, it was mental. Even arriving in Russia, the guy, we had fucking hundreds of equipment. We skipped to full customs. The guy gave the customs guys money right in front of us, and we just fucking sailed through. Nobody checked our passports or fuck all. Sailed right through, loaded up the van, and we're going, this is fucking, these cunts must be heavy gangsters.
So how
Middle of
did
the
this
sea,
gig
we see-
happen?
Well, just check this out. We see the castle in the middle of fucking the water. It's like an island with a fucking castle. Like I'm talking like a castle, a medieval castle. And we're going, no fucking ways the gig in there. Next to the castle, floating in the sea, is a fucking nuclear submarine.
Shut up.
And that's powering the castle rave. That's all the power for the rave is for a nuclear submarine. And there's a guy stood in the submarine like that, waving at us. And we're going, you are fucking shitting me, man.
Are you serious?
The guy's like, serious?
Yes, this is a battle for the rave party.
Right, we get in. It's just this fucking massive castle. The bit is the main courtyard is the rave. The DJ box and the stage is up in the fucking... The DJ box is up in like a fucking turret. Then there's a stage, all mega production.
So is there no punters?
Cunts took us in. No yet. This is us sound checking. It's a derelict castle. He took us walking. It's all like fucking tapes where you can't walk about because it's a fucking old castle with holes in the wall and everything. Took us into this room. It was like VIP room. Vodka. We were just sculling this vodka. It was so easy to drink. Amazing, heavy duty, priceless vodka, caviar, all this kind of mad shit.
But
We did a
honestly,
sound check.
all the cunts.
Well, I'm telling you, man, everything was going on. It was mental, right? The gig starts. Did a gig. Fucking brilliant.
Oh,
Anyway, you did a gig.
come on,
There's
come
madness.
on.
I
Don't hold
can't tell you.
back.
I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
Such a shite bag.
All right.
Tell us.
No, all right. Anyway, fucking obviously
Yeah.
excess,
Hey,
right?
Tell the Euros, mate. Tell the Euros.
We'll save that one for the
we did a
Patreon.
gig.
Join the
We
Patreon.
did a gig.
Oh, popping these all the way through the set. Just fucking gone mental, man.
After the gig, we James was with us, he's fucking went for a piss and just went for a walk to go and do a piss. He's walked into this room and the guy's fucking, he told us like the guy grabbed him and pulled him back while he was doing a piss. He's like, what are you fucking doing? The guy went, oh, stop. It was like a fucking drop right down. He thought he was just walking into a room. It was like a fucked stairwell with
Holy
just a
shit.
drop to his death.
Holy shit.
And then we were fucking running about this castle and it was like doors right out into the fucking font. See that where the midget went to in Game of Thrones where he was like trapped in the dungeon? There was rooms like that where it was just the fucking waves and a drop.
What's the history of the
so-
castle? What is it? Oh, you would know. You
I
wouldn't know, would
can't
you?
remember, man. So anyway, Sherry Boy goes to DJ after the set, and we're out in the dance floor just fucking loving life. The fucking canopy caught fire with the fireworks and the lights, right? And we
What
were
the
doing on the dance floor,
Oh, Mark, the fucking thing's on fire, man.
right? And he's like, woo, yeah, I'm on fire, whoa, right? Fucking big things, big plastic drippers falling down.
Oh my god.
The guy, our tour managers, climbed the scaffolding with a fucking fire hydrant, trying to put the fire out. Anyway, we done the gig. We stayed, we fucking raved on. On the way back, I think the thing was still gone. This is like fucking right into the morning. I think we had to get back to go fly back to Ibiza. Fucking flying back. The wee guy's still in the generator and he had the big mad rune gloves. No, the goggles in his eyes. Full black face with a suit for the generator or whatever. He's going like that. Two wee white eyes. And we were just like that.
He's getting a black lung.
It was fucking
He looks like a minion.
tap half the braces.
He's just shoveling the coal in fucking all night long. That's fair, Anya.
Just get back. And
Mate,
even at that gig, before, this is how fucking insane the fall thing was. We played Privilege in Ibiza the night before we left to fly to Russia, right? Just before we done the gig in Ibiza, I went up to the VIP box where the owners of Privilege were.
Yep.
They're all sipping this thing for a champagne flute, and they went like, hey, because we went out to meal, with them before it and a few drinks. So everything was cool. They gave me a champagne glass. I've just took it, cheers, and fucking downed a lot of it. And as I gave them it back, they were all like that. Like I could see the panic in their face. I'm trying to stay cool. I didn't want to freak out in front of them. It's like, oh, let's fucking have a great night. So as I'm walking back, I'm going, what the fuck was in that? By the time I've got to the stage, cannot remember
which
a
is
thing.
how far are we talking?
We're talking about less than a 2-minute walk. Less than a 2-minute walk.
You were gone?
Cannot remember. I vaguely remember wee James holding me, just kind of going like that. Fucking, they were going to pull the gig. I was out my. It was.
Did you
I
still
don't know what
DJ?
the fuck it was. No, well, this was a live gig. We're fucking doing all the fucking live stuff. We'd done the gig, and we shot a video for that gig and all. And there's parts in it with me rolling about the flare out my fucking skull, going like that to the fucking camera guy. Stop filming me. There was loads of it. I had to tell me to get it all cut out because I'm in a wreck. Anyway, I came to with a blanket around me. We'd landed in Russia, in St. Petersburg. That's when I came to. I was like, what's fucking going on here?
Mate, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
That and then we done the sound check and all that.
That must have been terrifying. You must have felt like a bag of shit, man.
You know, up here
again. No, I was just mouldy, straight in a couple of beers again, and then fucking just carry on.
Man, that's the power of youth. It's the power of youth. You imagine that now? Can you imagine that at your age now? If you drank something that skelped you and then you woke up on a plane to St. Petersburg?
I think it was like fucking GBH or some fucking mad.
Why would they be drinking that though? Why would they be doing that to themselves?
Because if you drink just a wee bit of it, you get a good wee dunt and you can ride the dunt. If you do, that's when you wake up and you've been pumped with 6 guys. And I was that fucking. You could have done it to me. They could have pumped me all the way in the plane out of St. Petersburg.
They did. That's how they got the gig. That's how they got the gig.
So here's a escape with me. The wee blue blanket that I kept up around my neck. I've actually kept that blanket because it got me there and back safe. And it's now my lucky. In all my wallets, I cut a wee bit of that blanket. It's my wee lucky bit of blanket. I've always kept it since then.
Fuck's sake, man. That's mental.
But there you go. That's fucking a mad gig that I've.
Mother Russia.
That's amazing, mate. That's amazing. Will we do some questions because we've got loads for.
Let's cut into the questions. The Patreonskis.
Let's have a look. Any chance? We'll do that later on. David Anderson. Good evening, afternoon, David. Merry Christmas, David, to you and yours. A hero here. David asks, Roses or Quality Street? Let me add, they're both shite. Now, if you don't have the inside list of a tin, then you can't tell them apart. What has happened to chocolate in general? It's getting smaller all the time. A Mars bar used to last an hour. Now it's the size of a Milky Way. And don't get me started on a bounty. What do you think? David raises a lot of good points here. I have found myself questioning the size of chocolate recently. And I think it's disgraceful. Do you remember, like, a Mars bar used to be an actual... like a meal, like it was like a proper thing.
It was huge.
Whereas now you've got.
Remember it said on the side of Mars bars. No, marathons. It was not for girls. Remember that as well because it was for truckers. I was at Yorkie's.
That's Yorkie, not for women. Not for girls. It's not for girls.
Something like that.
It's not for girls.
Beautiful.
Yorkie. You used to buy a Yorkie just for its size because it was shite chocolate, but it was just it was
fucking,
a big boy.
But it was a feast. But it was
the
same with a Snicker. Like. Take your teeth out, try to half it.
And then, because you'd bite it and you need to suck it for half an hour to try and get it.
Bounty bars, marathons, or Snickers, they've all fucking reduced in size, man.
Because even if people say they haven't, a bounty, you never used to be able to get a full bounty in your mouth. Whereas now you used to have to bite it in half because if you put it in, it was up. But now you can just pop it in like it's nothing.
Bit of tourum in your mouth, couldn't you?
Chocolate.
I love a bounty, and they're not enough.
Cadbury's chocolate has got shit since the Americans bought it because they've changed it. They've not put as much sugar in it, and they've changed the recipe. So Cadbury's chocolate isn't as good as it used to be because the Americans. Chocolate is definitely getting smaller. The only thing that hasn't get smaller is the Fry's Turkish Delight. But that's because not a lot of people buy that. I love a good Turkish Delight. So if you've got to pick one, what are you going for? Are you going Roses or are you going Quality Street?
Well, the Owner Roses Quality Street thing, your man's right with the instructions, but being brought up living off that shit, I know each wrapper and I know exactly what's in it. For some bizarre reason, I still know what I'm getting. So I'm by the manual. I don't need the manual for these streets.
Aye.
But I would go Roses or Quality Street. I would tend to lean more to the Roses just because my favourite is in there. And that's the one with the toffee with the nut in it.
Moments when
But since they brought out Heroes, that's my go-to fucking...
That's the big
like
purple one in it.
Aye, that's my favourite Roses. But the Heroes with the wee mini Bounty Bars, Snickers Galaxies is my go-to one now.
But do you feel with the Heroes that the problem is you batter a full tin because nothing's satisfying? Because it's not enough. It's literally like...
That's what's good about them.
Because you bite, see with the wee mini Mars bars, you bite that and you literally just get a wee tiny taste and you're like, fuck, and then before you know it, you've rattled the whole tin.
Do you do things like when you maybe get like 4 or 5 of the Mars bars?
Make a sandwich.
So you can get the straight after them? Or do you mix it?
Sometimes I've done things where I get 2 of the Milky Ways and sandwich that between a Mars bar and flatten it and then eat it.
Oh, hello there.
Yeah, what I'm talking about.
That.
See if you go to John Lewis, where all the other middle class people shop. They've got a Roses or a Quality Street display. So you can buy an empty tub and then fill it with whatever you want. So see you like the purple ones, you can just fill a tin full of the purple ones.
No bad.
Game changer.
Then I'm sure they do the big massive purple ones. I don't know if I could do that, man.
But I think the big massive purple one is just like a shell. You open up like a Kinder Egg and it's just full of normal size one. I don't think it's one giant.
Right. I was thinking, fucking hell, man, some eating.
No, it's not like one giant purple one.
I'll tell you what I go for now, only because I'm here, and it's an Italian one.
Oh, here we go.
Can't even tell you. I can't tell you. The batches.
It's called Accaramento.
It's kind of like a Ferrero Rocher, but it's in a wrapper.
And
they're
is
called
it coconut
batches,
on it?
I think. It's a white coconut thing with a wee...
I know exactly what you're talking about. They're dynamite.
Fucking unbelievable, man.
But again, mate, the problem with them is you have one and then you literally could eat about 50 of them.
But this is again the thing that annoys me. So she'll go like, there you go, give me 2. And you go like, fucking, I could smash that box.
No, see things, mate, see things like that.
Box.
See things like that. Even Ferrero Rochers, right? Again, people think I'm mad, right? Mrs. thinks I'm off my nut. You need 5 of them, right? And here's my logic. When you get Ferrero Rocher, you need 5 Ferrero Rocher, right? Every time you're going to have
one.
You
a cup of tea or a coffee or something?
Say somebody gives you a cup of tea and go, you want a Ferrero Rocher? Go, love one. You need to give them 5.
No, you wouldn't love one. You need minimum
you need
4,
5
I'd say.
because see if you want 1, you actually need 5. So you sit down, the first one gets rattled and the second one is rattled instantly. So now you've had 2, right? The third one you enjoy. And then the fourth one is a wee bit excitement because you want that taste again. And the fifth one is you just don't want somebody to take it away from you. And that's the final one you hold on to.
As you're finishing your tea.
You need 5 of them. Because one is no grown man or woman or non-binary has ever had one Ferrero Rocher and went, that was enough for me. You need more.
From Phil.
Also,
I would love to do.
Who bites them in half? You have a Ferrero Rocher whole.
I always bite them in half.
You're
because
joking.
I try to make it last longer.
See, that's why you need 5. 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 It's like, mate, I was in my mum's a couple of weeks ago and she went, do you want a coffee? I went, love a coffee. And she gave me 1 Jaffa cake. And I went, Margaret, what are you doing?
What's she doing with that? And Jaffa cakes are fucking 10 a penny, man. You could at least have a...
What's one? I want a sleeve. I want a sleeve of Jaffa cakes.
Who the fuck's coming here? A 5-year-old?
Do you remember when Jaffa Cakes started selling them in metre-long tubes?
Aye.
And I was like, finally, a portion size that's respectable. A whole fucking stack of Jaffa Cakes, 1 sleeve. That's 1 cup of tea.
My boy, obviously don't do it now when they were younger with their football team. So they would do like tournaments and obviously you'd go and watch the tournament and everybody would bring sandwiches and pieces and all the mods would be making fucking cakes and rocky roads and all this kind of shit. For some bizarre reason, I don't know why, Jaffa Cakes was a biscuit you gave the boys because they were light. I don't know, gave you energy, or fuck knows. I used to just sit in one of the deck chairs and just rattle all the sweets that fucking folk had brought.
Can't beat it,
And
man.
it was possibly one of the happiest moments of my life. I remember I'd done the ligaments in my foot and I couldn't walk about, and I just sat and ate at one tournament all the food that I could fucking get my hand on. Good times. Yeah, good times.
So we're going to answer the question, we're going Roses or Quality Street. I'm going to say Roses.
I am Roses, I know. But, I mean, it brings up a good point. It brings up very good points, but Roses is the winner.
It does. It does. David, Roses for us. Hashtag Heroes, hashtag show endorses Roses. David Mackay, this is probably one that Mal can answer, having two younglings at home. David Mackay asks, is Ned / BAM culture dead? And if so, would you bring it back? David also recommends the series Vikings, if we haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen Vikings, David.
I've went to dip into Vikings and no done it, but it's on the kind of list when I've mulked everything else.
I imagine it would have everything that you would want in it. I imagine there's definitely shagging and there's definitely explosions.
Go to be shagging and huts. Not so much explosions, fire. You know, there's no grenades or that back then.
Fire. Maybe even a dragon.
Fire, eating fucking animals, heavy pumping.
Like,
maybe check that out.
Very aggressive.
Heavy pumping.
Heavy Hollywood pumping.
Is BAM Ned culture dead?
No, it's very much alive, man.
I think it's
the
gone
what's great about
underground.
it's almost like it's like a mini TV show because all the Neds are now filming themselves. I watched one the other day that made me chuckle. It was a fucking Ned / junkie, and he had his fucking hairmut, and he was showing his muscles to the guy.
Right.
You seen that one?
No.
The
Oh,
guy's
I
got,
did.
"Here, fuck's sake, man. Somebody better phone the police. He's got the guns out."
Aye.
Anyway, still wee nuggets like that. My daughter goes to a kind of snobby school now, right?
Fuck's sake, man.
And they all laugh at Ned culture.
Right, okay. Nobody laughing when they get their socks taken off them.
Well, this is it. I'm also saying you need to learn to fight hen. So she slags my eldest boy and calls him a Ned now, right? Because he still posts pictures, him and all his young mates, arms around each other, giving the camera the finger, right? So what we do to noise him up now is she puts her arm around me, right? I put my arm around her. Every dinner time just about now. And we look at the boy and go, heavy mental, right? Give her son the finger. And she made that up, and I just think that's fucking genius patter. And he's like, his wee gang's the Shell, and we'll just go, fucking young Shell, man, give him the finger. It's brilliant. But no, it's very much alive. Maybe no the robbing and stealing or whatever.
No, I think it's less. I think it's less violent, but I think the culture's still there, and it's maybe more underground. Maybe more underground than it used to be. But no, like Wayne's under getting robbed at knife point like it used to when I was young.
Well, the statistics say that more people are that they're that drawn to their phone that it's actually lowered crime because people are occupied in the streets. It could be fucking wrongdoers, but they're occupied. They're on their phone.
We butt there then.
Rifted and talked to her. I know that's all I want. On their phone.
What do you think, David? Get in touch with the show. The hashtag show. It's patreon.com/hashtag show. Tell us what you think, David. Is Ned culture still alive? We're going to go to Margaret on line 2. Margaret, do you think Tom Cruise was right in what he said? I would love it if me and you. How could Radio Scotland no give me and you a breakfast show? Huh?
Because we would swear to.
No, we wouldn't. If we were told don't swear, we could have a great breakfast. Imagine waking up and spending your day every day with hashtag boys. That'd be amazing.
I would find it really hard.
Do you want some more questions?
To control my swearing. Of course, let's rattle through these questions, ending up the show with some lovely questions from our lovely listeners.
Douglas Kane, settle an argument. The annoying tall guy in the Asda adverts. I say he has fucked squint eyes, hod knitted. Missy says it's just camera work. Who's right? Douglas, thank you for the question. Can I just say do you know what we're talking about? The family and the new Asda adverts. There's a
mixed race and there's a gay couple in it, I know.
No, but they freak me out. Like I get physically angry when they're on the television because they are the most fucked up. See the kids are Chernobyl babies. That family is from Chernobyl. He crawled out of some fucking a reactor. he spawned with that woman and they have created Chernobyl children. I don't know if they're disabled. If they are disabled, I still don't apologise because they should not be in television. They freak me the fuck out and it's terrifying and I hate it. I hate the way he talks. I hate the way I hate it. I look at that baby. That's a Chernobyl baby. That Wayne fucking crawled out of a lab.
Time to bring enterprise back to the people.
It's a working class.
Working hard so we can get a little more, pay a little less. Why pay more? That's enterprise.
They freak me out, man. Honestly, they freak me the fuck out.
Nobody at all pats their back when they come out of Asda and goes, that's Asda price, do they?
I think if anybody's ever in Asda and they spank their arse and go, that's Asda price, they should be immediately shot in the head.
For one, that boy needs a haircut and all. I will investigate because I love seeing a good celebrity squint.
When you're done, watch the adverts on YouTube and you'll be freaked out by it. There's something about him. Either he's killed people. I think he's definitely killed somebody in his life.
Is there creepy? Has he hurt children in his life?
Mate, he's just everything about him just creepy as fuck. And it's the Waynes. The Waynes freak me the fuck out. There's one when the wee kid's like unboxing a present and he's mad bug. He like turns to the camera and goes like, oh, they're just the freakiest looking family. Again, do you know what it is? It's people who, like you said, they've probably had a list of about 50 different actors. And they've went, right, we need somebody who, looks as though they're working class, looks as if they're a bit scummy, but isn't scummy. Looks
also
like,
polite,
but also
appeals to fucking ethnic
it doesn't
minorities.
look like they're from, they're not traditionally what you would class as English, but, they're not foreign enough that people would be offended by it. But it's just all box sticking. And then this fucking Langley cunt comes on going like, hey, welcome to Asda. And I'm like, they're horrible. They freak me out. I can't stand them.
Well, there you go. I hope that answers your question.
I hope that answers the question, Douglas. Thank you very much, Steve, for that. Jim McMillan asks, he says, every time Gibbo winds Mallet about his millions, it's not a wind-up, it's true. I just think a Kevin and Perry scene, we are superstar T-Chaz. Don't know that. And then Jim asks, do you dip your chips in your milkshake?
Hold on, Dan, don't get to say it. You're just rattling through these. A guy's fucking...
That's the question. He's asking, do we dip our chips in a milkshake at McDonald's?
Oh, but what about the fucking... What? Somebody that's saying I'm a millionaire again?
No, he says, every time Gibbo winds up Mal about his millions, I think of Kevin and Perry scene, we are superstars, the Chaz. I don't know. Kevin and Perry, do you know it? I've not seen that film in
I know it, but I can't remember. And I'm not a fucking millionaire.
Mate, you're a multi-millionaire. Mal.
I wish I was, man. See, if I was, I'd buy you fucking silence.
I cannot be bought. Mate, there's nothing wrong with being a millionaire.
You could be quite easily bought.
Easily.
You've already said what you would do for money. So I know all the buttons and I'm saving up.
To the root.
I'm saving up.
I would put both your balls in my mouth like a chipmunk. Hum on your taint.
Like this is all the money we've got for the kids' Christmas.
Shut it. You've no idea what Scott will do for me.
He can do things you'll never do. I would take full cock and balls in my cheeks and then hum on the fucking gooch until you blew up for £50 cash.
listen, £50 note cash.
I'd be sitting like that, forcing my nose into your belly button, pure spunk running down my nostrils. Like, I love you, man. That's what I would do for £50 cash.
It's funny but exciting.
I call that the Dick Strawbridge.
Dick Drawbridge.
Just text me, do you want to escape to the chateau? And I'll know what that means, mate. I'll be like, yeah, 50 quid cash. That's
just
what COVID...
on the WhatsApp message, Scott, and a picture of a Parisian chateau. It's time.
Wee Johnny Onions, a wee bit of French cheese.
I need to go in and fucking escape to the chateau. Bring the money back.
Right, do you dip your chips in your milkshake at McDonald's? Disgusting.
That's just fucking disgusting, man. Who even comes up with that bullshit? Is that Wayne's gone, how did I freak my mate out? How did I get a cheap laugh out of this?
Do you know what? I think it comes... See, like when we were talking in a past episode about the Room 101 thing, when I was saying like people who use donuts as burger buns and stuff like that. I think that's an American thing where it's like the sweet and the salty and they're trying to mix it with the dip, salty chips and the milkshake. I think it's disgusting. That's Jim, it's a no from us. It's a no from us, Jim. But Jim, hey, Jim, thanks for getting in touch. And thanks for being a hero, Jim. Thanks for being a hero. Stevie Wilson has asked, if you could choose how you die, would you pick A, go out like a legend in a shark attack saving a child, or B, die in your sleep like a lazy bastard?
It's an easy one for me, dying in my sleep. That's the
I
way I
don't
want to
think
go.
that's a lazy bastard. I think that's how everybody wants to go. Die in their sleep. Is it not?
You know what? But, you know, and every now and again, things like dying in an aeroplane crash or drowning or in a fire, how fucking horrible must that really be? I mean, let's not spoil the Christmas show,
I know.
but there is some horrible ways of fucking dying. So I hope everybody can die peacefully in their sleep. You know what I mean? Because it's the fucking right way to go. Just wait for your wife to wake up, freak the fuck out. If she tries to wake you, slaps you maybe. Come on, you always do this. She's getting raging at you. Look, it would be great, right? Get up, right? You're just fucking dead. You do this all the time. You do it. You get hundreds of things to do. You get these shelves to fix. You've got the fucking tree to take down. You've got this, you get that. And you get so much work to do. She's slapping you by this time. She's up in a huff. She's done half her day, still no talking to you. Then she comes back. What?
She's like, you've shot the bed. You've shot the bed.
You look at the size of his hard on. And then he's what? He's dead. Oh no, he's fucking dead.
Do you think that's a male thing? That, because I have thought about like being an old guy and dying in my bed, but also getting a bit of joy and a bit of chuckle at knowing that the wife's going to have to deal with it. Like she's going to have to deal with it. I wonder. I don't think women would think, I hope I die in my bed and then that bastard's got to finally lift a horn for once in this house. I don't think they think like that.
I think it's a thing where you definitely need to have that conversation with your other half. You know, if you've got a gay lover, a lesbian lover, whatever, you know, you're a transgender, if you're two non-binaries, you still need to have that chat. What the fuck are we going to do? You know, for your lifers, you need to go, what are we doing if one of us dies, or what do you do?
I would definitely want to go. My great-grandfather, so my gran's father, he died in his sleep. And he was like, I think he was 100 or just over 100 or nearly 100. But I always remember my gran telling me he got into his bed. And so, like, obviously he was really ill at that point. So she used to go around and make sure he was all right for his bed. And he just said, right, that's me away. Or I think that's me away now. And then she's like, what are you talking about? And then, like, went to sleep. And then just died in his sleep. I think that's the way. I don't want to go out in a blaze of glory. I cannot imagine anything worse than, like, a plane crash, or I don't know if it's because I'm getting a bit old as well. See, sometimes when like your mates send you videos and you're like, that's fucking you up for days, man. Like, it's horrible. I just want to go to my bed one night after having lived a good life, like a good innings.
Aye.
I don't know why. 80 in my head. I think if I get to 80, I think I'll have done a good fucking session.
Well, the doctor said to me, 80, when I was getting my checks and all that, he goes, he said some mad odds, and I said, well, Scotland or something like that, no bit much. And he went, no, he goes, average life expectancy now is in the 80s. And I remember going, what? Really? And he went, yes. And I went, I would be over the moon if I get anywhere near that.
I mean, I think even by the time you get to 80, technology and medicine's probably advanced. So we're probably looking at 90, right? But at least 80, you'd hit 80 quite well.
No chance. My mind's going to be mush before I even get to anywhere near 80. I know that for a fact.
I think if I got to into my 80s, I think I'd quite happily just sit one night, pull the duvet up and go, that's me away ahead, and then just fucking drift off into Tenet, mate, into Inception, like that. Oh, here we go.
And you might even get to a point where you can upload your fucking consciousness.
Well, there's
be like in the Matrix, man.
If any of the heroes have not seen that, there's a very good series on Amazon called Upload, which is exactly that. You upload yourself into a virtual world and you continue to exist after you've died. The only problem with it is it's such a good show that there's only one series of it, and when you get to the end of it, you're fucking desperate, and there's no second series. But it's still worth a watch. It's brilliant.
Check that out.
Have you thought about
happy, cheery question.
Have you thought about? Do you know what you want to do? Do you want buried? You might know.
Me and my missus spoke about it because there's, you know, even where you get buried, because she's from Italy and obviously I'm from fucking God's country in Ayrshire. So there's all these kind of things of where you're going to get buried, and her family's got a fucking, again, it's just what they do in Italy. It's not like they're a wealthy family or anything like that. They've got some kind of, I don't know what you call it, a tomb for the family, and all the families already got the fucking spaces.
Yep.
And then, you know, really she's got a place there, and as soon as you marry, you've got the option to have your husband in there and all. But I don't actually like the thought of being buried. I'd rather be fucking burnt and
Great.
my ashes scattered or something like that.
Actually scared in the fucking balloon drop at the classic grand, man. Like,
I'm scared about zombies. No, I wouldn't like to come back as a zombie, man. I'd be a shite zombie. I'd be scared of myself as a zombie.
We'll scatter
Big
you
lion.
in the food market at the Arches.
Was that?
We'll scatter you in the fucking wanky food market at the Arches.
Check this out. I told you a raver, a very well-known raver, fucking sadly passed away, and it was around about Christmas time, and his daughter and the ma, who also was a raver, actually fucking braved it. I think other ravers bought them ticket. No, that's fuck. There you go. He had bought so the dad, the ma, and the daughter all would go to the raves together, and the dad bought the ma ticket for the Arches. It was one of the last gigs I'd done at the Arches before it shut, and he died, and she brought his hat for me to wear, and I couldn't wear a dead man's hat, but I sat it next to the decks through my set, and then she also brought up a bag of his ashes and asked me to scatter it, and I was like, I couldn't fucking do it. I was like, scatter
Really?
it on the dance floor. I was numb. I was physically, mentally fucking numb with the thought of it all.
You couldn't do that during a gig.
That's what she wanted me to do. During the gig,
couldn't,
fling his
'cause
ashes.
Imagine you're in the front row and then you get
Just-
fucking somebody's
I know.
ashes on you.
So she wanted me to do scatter his ashes, but I think she did it on the dance floor of the Arches, some of his ashes, and that was just it was a strange experience. And I held his hat up, and a lot of people knew it was his hat and everything.
That must
And it
be.
was fucking,
I think there's a lot of pressure on people as well to do things like when you die, have somewhere really, really meaningful, really thoughtful for your ashes to be scattered. I kind of like the idea of just being kept about. Just going, that's my pap up there
no, I
on
wouldn't
the
like to-
shelf.
I don't want to be anywhere where people can go and mourn, because I think your love is the thing that people should have in their hearts, and that's
Of
they
course.
don't need to go and visit you. So like, see all that going to graves and all that. I've never
don't-
been one for that or anything.
I don't go to graves. I don't go. My mum will always ask me, "Why do you never go to your grand's grave?" And I always say the same thing. And she never understands. Goes, to me, she's no in that grave. I just
She's
don't
in there,
associate.
Ma. She's in my heart, Ma.
She lives forever. Ma, every time I have really lumpy gravy, I think of my granny, right? She lives forever in my wee fat puffy tits. All right, get my
She's-
back.
The deed folk you love are way every step of the way. Seeing you there shite, they're watching.
She's
Seeing you
there.
in the wank, they're
She's
watching.
there.
Shagging, they're watching. Picking your nose, they're watching. That's the guilt that we fucking have been brought up with.
I know, mate. I know.
Well, thank you very
better watch
much.
who you're up to, because somebody's watching you.
Thanks for that morbid question, Stephen. You know,
Ah, you
Christmas time.
fucking
Christmas
Grinches,
joy.
man.
Right, two more things very quickly. One, Andrew Collins, who is a hero, he's asked us to give us a shout out. He started a tiling business called Tile Style. You can find him at the Tile Styler on all social medias. That's at the Tile, Tile Styler, Styler, on all social media. And if there are any heroes needing any kind of tiling work done in their house, it's 10% off for all hashtag heroes. So that is at the Tile Styler on all socials. Find Andy Collins, give him a follow, retweet the business, and if anybody's looking for a tiler, 10% off for all heroes.
That's brilliant, Andy. I also like he added there in his other message, I just signed up to become a hero. Couldn't handle the guilt that comes with being a council scumbag. Well, now you're one of the family, Andrew. Take care,
Good.
boy. All
Well,
the best.
welcome to the brethren. Now we've got one last thing here. We've got a message from Stuart Hamilton, right? Now the interesting thing about this is we actually received this at 1 a.m. in the morning,
Oh, I
right?
like
Which
it.
tells
You're
me
not
that
thinking.
Stuart is maybe a little bit steamy when he sent this. And I'm just going to read you this, Mal, word for word, and I want your opinion on it, right? I'm going to read you the full statement.
Is this in the Patreon questions? And because where are
it's
you
in-
getting these from?
It's in the inbox. This is a direct message he sent us on Patreon.
Oh, okay.
So let me read this to you, right? I'm going to read this word for word, and then I'm going to sit back and I'm going to let you take this.
All right, he's not in it.
Stuart Hamilton sent this at 1 minute past 1 in the AM this morning, the day of recording. Stuart says, do not attempt a bulb of ginger up the shitter. Heard of firkin, which is sticking slithers of ginger down the Jap's eye, but thought, hey, we'll take the easier road and stick it up the old Harris. Fuck me. Please do not attempt this at home. Think of the pain an old Jamaican gives your throat and then transfer that to your pipe.
What the fuck's he been up to? Is that a moment of reflection after he's hurt himself in a drunken fucking finger action?
Mate,
What?
he says, have you heard of firkin? Firkin, which is sticking slithers of ginger down your Jap's eye. But he thought, hey, we'll take the easier road, and he stuck it up his farter. And then he said, fuck me, ! Please do not attempt this at home. Think of the
He's trying to
pain.
help us, doing it.
Think of the pain of an old Jamaican, so the the ginger beer.
Uh-huh.
You know, the old Jamaican ginger beer.
Aye,
When
aye.
you drink that, it gives you a sore throat. He says, think of the pain of an old Jamaican gives your throat, then transfer that to your pipe.
That's brilliant. I was genuinely thinking an old Jamaican sticking his cock down his throat, but then, obviously.
Why is he sticking? Why are you sticking ginger down your Jap's eye?
Is that a thing? I've never
I'm-
once thought about trying that, mate. So, you know, knew he's planted the seed.
Firkin. I'll put
Ginger, as in like the ginger root. The
Aye.
ginger root. I cut a slither of that and sticking it down the Jap's eye or up the sphinx.
Craig Wood. Oh, I can't find anything online for firkin up your.
I
Jap's
remember
eye.
when I first found out what felching was and the laugh I had with that word.
What the hell's felching?
Look it up, man. It's fucking it. And we came up with this fictional character. This is on a tour bus somewhere. Like Felching. We're on South Island, and it was Felcher McGee. And anybody, if we ever get caught or somebody asks us what's your name, we would say Felcher McGee. And fucking, that was he was getting booking into hotels. He was our manager.
Oh
and
my god!
anybody-
I've just googled this.
What, Ferkin?
No, felching.
Oh, Felching.
This is the translation in the Urban Dictionary. Felching. When a man fucks you up the bum without a rubber, he shoots his load and then plants his mouth on your anus and sucks his own warm sperm.
Good times, man. Good times.
plus whatever lubricant and feces are present. That's felching. It may or may not include kissing you to pass the sperm and fecal matter into your mouth. Invisible monsters.
Listen, who says romance is dead? That kind of shit keeps you going.
That
Felcher McGee.
I love the fact that there's been a couple who have felched. They've done it up the boom, and then they've sucked it back out, and then they've thought, we need a word for this. We need a word that means this. We can't just.
Maybe they had the word and they're just a mouthful of cum and shit, and they went to say it, and they went, and they say, "What's that, felching?"
Oh,
felch. That's quite again. Well, that's what we'll spit it in my mouth. Felching. That's it. Aye. Hello.
Yaz is here. She's saying hello.
She's just heard you shouting about felching.
She's heard me shout about felching. She's came running. Do you know what felching is?
No.
It's when a man comes inside another man's bum, and then you suck it out his bum.
Who does?
The guy who just shot the muck in. You suck it out, and then you spit it on him.
There's a lot involved in that.
There's a lot. It's felching, so it's just been shot into felching. Okay.
So I mean, you might possibly get a try in it.
I'm gonna Google firkin in this and see if anything comes up for that.
Fucking felching.
No, nothing's coming up for that.
Maybe this guy's in like a fucking Chris Nolan fucking mindset, and he's
There's one called
inventing new things.
There's one called finking.
Thinking.
Finking.
Maybe.
After banging your partner, the combination of euphoria, feels, and exhaustion result in a state of mind somewhere between thoughts, feelings, and a mental block.
It's called what?
Thinking.
That's one of the things that I love about, like, let's be frank here. See the actual nature of an orgasm. See that feeling of blank, nothingness, no voices, nothing, just black silence. I love that. That's. I wish men or whatever could come longer to just solely for that feeling and nothing else matters. No voices, no nothing, no thoughts. It's just a comfortable silence, an orgasmic silence, blankness.
Like a tenant, mate, a vapid expansion of space.
But do you know what I mean? But just that it's the only time nothing matters. You don't think of anything. Nothing else matters.
That's why when,
there's
like,
nothing.
See when it says like women have orgasms that can last like minutes, like up to like 5 fucking minutes at a time. I'm like,
Well, do you know what? Stop fucking giving us all the grief then. If that, I mean, that's payoff.
That's the only time you don't get grief when they're
I
on
know.
that orgasm. Because
Oh,
they're away in
finally,
happy
about
place.
a peace and quiet, man.
No even nothing. No even a reminder of that shelf on the DIY. Keep coming, hen.
You're like, hurry up, wake up, man. I need to get this out my mouth. Where did I spit it?
Felching. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of felching before.
Felcher McGee, he was your tour manager for years, man.
I've got a couple of other terms here from the Urban Dictionary. Let me just shout out a couple. If there's any you're interested in, I'll tell you what they mean. We've got fudgy crinkles,
What?
a fitty, a tinker fluff. What's a tinker fluff? Tinker
I like the
fluff. Another word for the vagina is a tinker fluff. What have we got here? Booty, coocha, coochie, cuntfest. What's the Urban Dictionary for cuntfest? What do you think a cuntfest is?
Just tunnels of folk rubbing bushes together.
A lesbian orgy.
Yeah, see, there you go, man. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Cuntfest. Hey, what is this, a cuntfest?
A groenpoon. Do you know what
Don't know.
a groenpoon is? Apparently, it's a nasty pussy.
Oh, like an angry one.
These are kind of shite.
Listen,
Jingle.
let's move on to another question. Just one jumped at me from Jerry Wetherell, who has said, foods that you eat all the time but never should combine. Toast and chips, anyone? I've never. Has anyone?
Here, Jerry, you're fucking onto something here, man. Do you not think that do you not think that men are completely underrated?
As chefs?
Because see, no, just as a race of people, like white working class Scottish men are just written off. Because I bet you a lot of people think that Jerry's just a daft. I bet you his missus think, oh, fucking see my man Jerry, man. He
No
has
chips
just,
and toast again, Jerry.
mate, he has fucking put a diamond bullet of knowledge through our mind.
Well, I want to try chips and toast now.
Aye, but why
I
have we
would go
never?
for
Why have we never had
Never thought about
chips
that.
and toast?
Because that's just that's Jerry's invention. He's never tried it, but he's thought about it. We've all
Jerry.
got wee inventions.
You need to go on to Ramsay, mate. He needs to go on to Gordon Ramsay and say, Rambo, listen, hear me out. Chips and toast.
Yeah, chips, double pan fried. Yeah. Toast, golden brown. Yeah. Butter, yes. Loads. Love it. Smash it in there.
Oh, I mean, you might be able to remember or no, but should we mention Kilkie's book? He's got a cookbook out for charity.
That's right. So he has. Aye, it's today with the Catherine McEwen Foundation, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Who do some amazing charity work for Crohn's disease and colitis. Crohn's. And Silky Kilkie has got a chef's book out with all his amazing recipes. He posted them all as well on the run up to it, but he was posting them in the morning. But right away they were that good. I was not that way. You see a picture and your belly goes.
Getting hungry.
And I used to say, "Fucking post it in the afternoon or something, man." You're waking it up first thing, and you're going, "I'd smash that now." I'm going to actually fucking buy that cookbook, support the charity, man, because. Michael's, he's a lovely man. He
Yes, indeed. Right, I think that's us, man. Thank you for your questions. Thank you to the heroes. Listen, we do hope you have an amazing Christmas, and we do go on about it. But if you want to support the show and you want to help us grow in the new year, then please do become a hero if you are not already. The only way to access every single episode of the show, including all the specials and the extra content, is to become a hashtag hero. You do that on Patreon at patreon.com. That's patreon.com the hashtag show, or go to the hashtagshow.co.uk for all the links to become a hero on there. Please do consider signing up. You'll get all the extra stuff. It'll help us grow the show and do the kind of things that we want to do into the new year. But thank you again to everybody who supports us every single month.
Can I just do a wee shout out to our recent Patreonies? Because we've not done a wee shout out first for a while. So there's quite a few that we've fucking no shouted out. Mick Lawson, Chris Armstrong, Andrew Collins, Clayton Scorridge, Stuart Crawford, Ian Morrison, Andy Wyatt, Jamie Richards, Liam Johnson, David Forbes, David Anderson, Alexa, where'd you hide my flute? So you can customise your name. That's brilliant. Declan Reeves, Jim McMillan, Stephen Carroll, and Kev. They've all joined just there recently.
Welcome, you bunch of absolute legends.
Fucking
every
heroes.
single one. Heroes.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yep.
Okay. Team, thank you so much. That's us. Have an amazing Christmas. When it comes, you'll be hearing this episode on Christmas Eve. So good luck. Good luck. Have an amazing Christmas. And we will speak to you in a week from now.
Should we not put it out later? Because Nick's going to listen to Christmas Eve because they're going to be busy wrapping presents and getting off cut.
This is when people want their normality. This is when they want stuff on Christmas Eve to sit with the family or they can enjoy it on Christmas Day. You never done that? Disappear for an hour, listen to a podcast. You know?
No.
Enjoy yourself.
No.
I should have turned my light on. I think I'm sitting in the darkness here.
Can I just to leave everybody with something? Can I read a question out that it's just quite long, but could potentially be a good question to come back to? We say we come back to things, but we never do.
Let's just answer it.
All right. Wano has said, take the red pill, transports you 15 years into the future, but with 50 million in the bank.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. Take the blue pill, start life back when you were 10-year-old, but still have all the current life's knowledge. Which do you choose? Then he says, things to consider. If you go back to being 10, you'd have to go back to school and hang about with 10-year-olds, even though in your head you're in your 30s or your 40s. But you have the knowledge to make more than 50 million realistically. How would you do it? And then he's added with a footnote, if Mal chooses to go 15 years into the future with 50 million in his bank, how will he cope with less cash?
That's what I was just about to say. How would you cope with having less than 50 million?
And how much of your current life would you change in 15 years, and would it be worth the risk for the money? That's a brilliant question. That's a big question, we know. It's a brilliant question.
Is that another question at 1 o'clock in the morning? See, this is why I love the heroes, man. There's a different level of questions we get. One guy's asking us a really deep, meaningful question, almost about life, time travel, wealth, making choices, and the other one saying,
don't stick ginger up your asshole. Fuck's sake, man.
So, I wouldn't choose to go 15 years into the future with 50 million in my bank.
Would you go backwards?
Equally, but an all right. Going backwards and having the knowledge of now as a 10-year-old, that would, I think, have a. But see, it's like a Chris Nolan film, man, because you would go back with the knowledge of now you're 10-year-old. So realistically, you would become a child prodigy because you would know shit and you couldn't deal with hanging about with kids all day. Maybe you could for an hour having a laugh.
No, but
then you'd quite quickly be bored with the mindset of the kids.
But then you'd be out there. Within the space of a year, you could make millions.
But you think about it, the system we're getting brought in, he's no right. No. He's talking about pumping birds and drink whiskey and smoke fags. You're not mad with it.
You're not got here. 10 years of old, 10 year. You're telling me 10 years of age in Ayrshire where you grew up, there wasn't somebody pumping somebody at 10? Of course there was. There was folk shagging in my school at 11. People getting expelled for shagging in the school at 11-year-old. Of course there was, right? So put that aside. I'm saying you go back at 10, right? The first thing you're doing is you're gambling. The first thing you're doing.
Oh, because you know. But you
'Cause you
can't.
know
But here's the thing. You need to get an accomplice. You can't go in and fucking gamble.
You're telling
You've
me
got to be 18.
You're telling me if you went to your dad at 10 years of age and says, "Dad, stick a
I've
five
got a
on
winner
that
for you.
horse. That horse comes in. Stick a five on that horse comes. Stick a five." After 10 minutes, your dad's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And then you grab him by the fucking neck and you go, "Listen to me, you fucking cunt. Put on every bet I'm telling you. We're going to be rich beyond your wildest dreams."
Right, well, listen to this then. You're gone back to when you were 10, right?
Yep.
Let's just no say, well, if it is 10, it means everybody's a different year. So if I'm going back to when I'm 10, right?
Mhm.
We are talking early 1980s. I fucking no idea what happened back then. I couldn't remember half the shit that went back. Who won fucking what?
That's true. So that's something else to consider. And even things like the first. See, when you ask that, the first thing I'm thinking of is Apple.
Buy shares
Invest-
in Apple.
buy shares in Apple. But then, how does that change the course?
Where do you
of
get the
future?
money to buy shares?
Because you spend the first 10, 15 years of your life trying to accumulate money to invest in it.
How would you do that? Because we've already established
Fucking
your
gambling.
memory.
Gambling.
Gambling
I'm
what?
gambling.
Gambling what?
Money.
Gambling what?
Rangers
Money.
are going to get 9 in a row.
Aye.
What? But you need to fucking wait
Right?
because you're 10 years old.
So you're telling me if I went to you just now at this age going, Mal, listen, I'm going to take £5 off you, or I'm going, give me a grand cash. I'm going to disappear for 10 years. But see, when I come back in 10 years, I'm going to give you 10 million quid. You take a punt on that. You're going back. You're going to go back. You're going to accumulate money through the knowledge that you've got. But the problem is then, like you say, Christopher Nolan shit, if you start investing in things or buying up property, how does that then affect the course of the future? So surely, if you don't want to take a chance on that, the logical thing is to go forward with 50 million quid.
But then equally going forward with 50 million quid, you can change the future.
How?
Yeah, that's the thing about time travel.
Time travel.
That's the
then
thing
the
about
other thing
time
is if
travel,
you
Scott.
go
It's on
forward
Lizzie's book.
If you go forward 50 years, then you don't know what's happened in that 50 years leading up.
I know, but you're landing into the future and changing the course of time from then on.
But also, £50 million in the future might be fuck all.
Aye, that's you go into the future with 50 million and you've
That's
not
like-
even got enough to buy a motor. It's got to be one of them.
Price of a loaf of bread.
Hey, it's a conundrum. See,
Nice.
time traveling, I fucking love it. I don't know if you remember,
Hey,
I
see
had
if
this theory of people for the future coming back to like standout key gigs,
Yep.
Sex Pistols, fucking, all the big gigs that made
Muhammad Ali fights.
Muhammad Ali fights. But it was actually the folk for the future that was selling out the gigs in the past. So the future actually had an effect in the past, as in what would be a memorable gig. And I even asked that hashtag live
mate,
if there's any time travelers there, man.
That's a mind fuck in itself.
And
But
think
by
about it.
by that logic, effectively, and let's just take somebody like the Sex Pistols, right? What you're
Right.
saying then is the Sex Pistols weren't actually a successful band. They were only successful because people for the future traveled back in time to sell out those gigs. But then
'Cause-
them traveling back then affected the present, which then became the future, which they affected in the past.
Correct. Woke, mate. Woke. I'm woke, man.
Holy shit, man.
Because there's certain gigs. I say the Sex Pistols because there's a gig. I think there was a gig that the Sex Pistols done in like fucking Manchester Town Hall, and so many bands were created off the back of that one gig, right?
Right.
But anybody who was actually at the gig will tell you there was only about fucking 70 people, and it was at a fucking youth club, right?
Right.
But the amount of people who actually claim to have been at that gig is far more than who were actually at that gig.
Okay.
So, it could have been the travellers from the past, from the future, sorry. Travellers from the future. But that's what I'm saying. It took it with any gig. So the future is influencing the past, which is influencing the future. And that's the essence and the conundrum of time travel. The minute you open that fucking wormhole, your mind just goes to mush. Try to think about how the fuck.
Do
This
you
is like
think?
one of the fucking tinfoil hat podcasts.
Do you think that time travel will be possible at some point?
I think it's possible, and I think there's people time traveling already. I think we're
Then-
getting visits for the future. That's what aliens, UFOs could be. It could be time travelers, no actual aliens. You ever thought of that? Aliens could be yourself in the future, traveling back in time to go, what the fuck's going on here?
But then how do you... The thing for me is like the physically transforming you through space and time. How does that work?
No, that's like you had something.
But you know,
and the
I
screen
know
goes off
that
on you.
sometimes people think it's daft, but think, mate, within my lifetime, you know, look at television, look at mobile phone, look at technology. So maybe in 100 years' time, there will be a possibility of physical
Teleportation through fucking the equinox of time and space, man. That I mean, pure Hollywood stuff.
Well, if you look, I mean, this is where it gets. You know, I'm getting really geeky now. It's so exciting. Probably you as well. Probably we're the last generation that grew up with no technology and embraced technology, right? And then look at the leaps technology has made in such a short time. Now that's with people who have grew up with technology. Imagine growing into technology, even kids who knew their interactions with computers at a very early age. Think what the achievements, good or bad, is going to be in the next 20, 30 years. It's going to be so much faster. You know, think about the insert into that, releasing artificial intelligence and all that fucking madness when it's accelerated learning of computers. It's fucking madness, man.
Mate.
It's fucking madness, man.
But it is.
I would just love it if, like, a scientist was to get up just say exactly what you just said.
Like, see, when I was wee, we had a black and white telly and that, and now I'm like, yeah, high definition. Like, it's fucking madness, man.
Well, I was watching that. Even mad silly things will make me laugh. Like I was watching The Crown, and it was like in the 50s, and Prince Philip got one of the maids, the palace butlers or whatever, to change the channel on the TV for him.
Aye.
And I'm going, how fucking perverse is that? But that is cash money. That's the first remote control. Having some cunt that's
A
paid.
slave?
Aye, a
A
slave.
slave? Aye. Yeah,
So,
you want to watch EastEnders? Bring one of them in for the field. Yeah, turn that dial. Instead of getting up doing it yourself.
Slave traders were actually time travelers, man. They knew. They had the technology to just like get guys to do the work and that, build things and stuff.
but it's mental, man. But let's wrap it up before we turn into a few. I just feel this has been another rambling podcast, but you know. Yeah,
Hey, let me ask you this before we go then, right? In keeping with Wayno's question about travelling forward and travelling backwards, we are 30 odd years down the line. Mallorca Lee is 80 years of age. He's in the house. The kids have grown up. They're successful. You've got grand wins. Life is great. You've invested well. The Rangers stocks have come back in after Rangers have just won 20 in a row. Tell out your personal wealth now tips just over $1 billion.
Yeah.
Somebody approaches you and says, because you're now in the Billionaires Club, time travel's possible. And for a small investment, we can take you through time. We can only go backwards. We can only travel to a time that has existed. We can't go forwards. Would you time travel?
Just as an old me.
Just as an old you. So even if you time travel back to like 1920, you would be 80-year-old you.
What fucking use are you? I'm at that age. I'm fucked, pissing myself. Don't forget my time. Can my medicine time travel back with me? Because I've got a right ticky bowel.
I've got to be home for countdown at 4:30. Is that all right? Would you want to travel back in time?
No, at that age, you fucked it. You fucked it just to go back and die. Oh, look at that!
So, see, I don't know things like, because obviously we've spoken about before about that grandfather paradox. Do you remember that? Like, if you go back in time and kill your grandfather, do you even exist?
Do you even exist to have went back in time to kill him? See, that's the
other thing, man. Because it's like you surely have to exist because then you've travelled back, so it has to be the case.
That's the paradox of time, man.
But here's the thing.
Mate, that would be a good tune. The paradox of time.
It's probably some mad trance producer's already done it.
He touched me.
It's on the flip side of my A side, The Tears of a Dragon Lady. The B side's called The Paradox of Time. It's a fucking banger. 140 BPM psytrance. And the breakdown, it's just a woman saying, "The paradox of time."
And then it gets into a really aggressive hi-hat.
Stab your dragon, stab your dragon.
If you play it backwards, mate, it's Malcolm Kilkey's cookbook.
The film that I was coming in. What's the film? It was it was like they're meant to be the follow up or the prequel to Alien. They done it. It was like it was another brilliant film.
Alien
It
2?
No, it was like meant to be. It was the same good director and all that. Ridley Scott done.
Oh, fuck.
He's done two of them. They're actually the first one fucking blew my mind, clean out the water. It's named after a ship, is it?
Prometheus.
Prometheus, right? What's a Greek god in it? In Prometheus, the old guy travels into the future to find the engineers, the guys who are allegedly who created everything, to find out the secret of life, in the hope that they could make him live forever.
Right.
He had everything apart from time.
Right.
And as soon as he met the aliens, they fucking killed him. You don't remember?
I haven't seen it.
He's telling the guy,
I haven't seen it.
ask him what the secrets of life is. And he just fucking ripped his head off and killed him.
I haven't seen it.
It's fucking brilliant. But that's what happens when you're an old man, you get into the future. So he was like a big billionaire. He funded the full project.
Right.
But again, it's one of the things you ask yourself, why did he kill him, blah, blah, blah. Another amazing film. I left the cinema, asking more questions than what was answered. Yeah. Prometheus. Then he done a follow-up to that. Wasn't he as good? It was a bit of kind of gay stuff. The robots were blowing flutes and that.
We've got a I just want to read this before we go. I know this is becoming a really long episode, but hey, it's Christmas time, and we've been due a long one because the last one was a bit kind of doing the dumps.
And this isn't any better.
This one, this question here with Douglas Kane. You seen this? The German army steamrolled through Europe as they were provided with methamphetamine called Prevetin. Plus, the royal family named Windsor was adapted in 1917. The name of the royal house was changed from the German Saxon Coburg and Gotha to the English Windsor because of anti-German sentiment in the United Kingdom during World War One.
Did you not know that? That's covered in The Crown. The full
I know the German connection. I know their name was changed to Windsor, but I didn't know that the German army was provided with methamphetamine called Prevetin.
Apparently as well, Churchill used speed to get us through the World War. He was fucking high on speed to keep up with everything that was going on.
Mad Churchill, yeah.
Churchill, man, token name, mad cigars and one draw because he was mad.
Sucking a cigar down.
Wasn't out his box, man.
What a life. Churchill, man, eating a fried breakfast every morning with champagne and a fucking cigar.
Beautiful.
What a lad. Anyway,
The
106.
boy who played him in that film was good, wasn't he?
Very good.
John Landau or whatever his name is, whatever it is.
This has been a long one. It's been a good one. Merry Christmas to all the heroes. We hope Santa brings you everything you've asked for. I hope a few of you get a bit of felching action over the Christmas period. And, that's it. Take care. All the best. Become a hero. Become a hero, man. If you're listening to this on Christmas Eve and you're not yet a hero, become a hero because that's the best present you can give to us. If you're sitting going, I'd love to buy the boys a Christmas pint, but you can't, be a hero and enjoy all the extra goodies over Christmas.
That's kind of what it is like. It's like you're buying the boys a pint.
A virtual pint.
What could I get, Scott, and Mal for Christmas? The boys have got everything. Become a patron.
Become a patron, man. Become a hero. Patreon.com/hashtag show. We love you all, even the council scumbags. Godspeed. Happy Hanukkah. All the best to you. Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas. And, if you're going to do any felching, let us know how it went. Did you wear a Santa hat? Did you keep it on?
How hard do you need to sook?
I'd imagine if it was a big, wide asshole, it'd be dribbling it. So you just lick it. Or if it was like a wee tight. I mean, it really
you've cheeks. The cheeks.
If you're that challenging man, you've already burst into that and oh, gads. It's not an image you really want to, but you know, see when you're in love and you're in a spirit at the moment.
Listen, hey,
that could be so romantic.
I mean, why not? You know, the forbidden fruit. Knock yourself out there, man.
I mean, you could be a straight guy married with 2 wains.
Doesn't
Try
matter.
a bit of felching.
Hey, it's just sex, man. Doesn't matter.
Just don't kiss the wains in the morning.
Make sure you brush. Your
Merry
teeth.
Christmas. Oh, Gaz, Dad, have you been felching last night? What?
What's that in your beard? Oh, it's felching your mother. Oh, mother. I'm sorry, son.
That was my wee present to her. Look at the pillow, it's just full of cum and shit. Oh, we were mad felching last night.
Open your card. Dad, what's felching? Oh, that's your mother's card. That's wrong for you. There you go ahead.
Roses are red, violets are blue. By God, I'd love to felch you.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Can you hear me sucking? I'd love to felch you. Get up the stairs. Merry Christmas, everybody, and a Happy New Year when it comes. But we'll talk to you before New Year. All the best.
Are we doing a New Year's episode? How are we going to work this?
Again, these are things that need to be discussed off here, you know, because you're just getting people excited now, thinking there's going to be some New Year special. And there might be. There might be. But if there is, it's for the heroes. Because remember, next episode is the hero episode.
Me, you, and Mr. Ross should do a New Year's episode, and we'll get Mr. Ross to go live with his guitar.
I know, but listen, these are all thoughts I was going to talk to you about off air, but I'm glad you've mentioned that. So, yes. Right. Can we end this now?
And it's a Patreon only, so become a patron to witness that.
If you want a New Year special.
Would you call them a shenanigans or what are they called? Hootenanny. Hashtag Hootenanny.
Hashtag
Felching special. Hootenanny hashtag.
All the best now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Hit it.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. Good night. Okay. Great. Good night. I love you. Okay.
The hashtagshow.co.uk